think Ted will continue to wrestle with. Like, what's going on back home while he's not there.
A new episode of Ted Lasso out today on Apple TV+. Jason Nathanson, ABC News.
Rena Roy, ABC News.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/movingforward.
Breaking news.
Tax refund shock is everywhere, but what is it?
My tax refund shrank.
Mine too.
The culprit? Pandemic-related stimulus payments and tax credits expiring. In this reporter's opinion, you need a tax expert.
Hey guys, Jackson Hewitt guarantees your biggest refund.
And tax prep is 50% off? Going there now.
50% off is a limited-time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
Many candidates participating in a Denver mayoral debate last night think there might be too many candidates in the field. The 11 candidates at the debate, sponsored by 9 News, were asked if it should be harder to get on the ballot. 9 of the candidates agreed with the idea. 17 candidates are running to replace Mayor Michael Hancock, who is term limited. Election day is April 4th. The top 2 vote getters will advance to a June runoff. Colorado State Senator Rhonda Field shared a scary story with her colleagues Tuesday. While they were debating crime bills last week, the Aurora Police Department crime scene unit was at her home.
They pulled a bullet out of my wall, and the bullet struck through the bay window on the top level, came through the shears, went into my living room, went into the china cabinet.
She says she no longer feels safe in her Central Aurora home. Law enforcement believes the bullet was not meant for her, saying it probably is connected to a road rage incident nearby. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. 2 for $6, the best deal in fast food.
Several major slowdowns throughout the Denver metro to start off that 10 o'clock hour. Starting on the south end of town, I-25 southbound before Colorado Boulevard, a crash in the left lane with stop and go from the Washington Street overpass. Folks leaving downtown will have to add about 5 minutes extra to their commute. Heading to the northeast end of town, I-76 westbound at I-270 is an accident with stop and go from 88th, and east of there, E-470 northbound before 56th and Pena Boulevard, road construction continues with heavy delays through the scene. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, but warm out there with a high of 67 degrees. Tomorrow, cooling right back down with a high of 36, scattered snow showers. The current temperature in Denver is 49 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
When you want the best deal on the best meal, choose Wendy's 2 for $6. Pick from Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, 10-piece Crispy Nugs, or a medium strawberry lemonade. Pair any 2 for just $6. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $6.
I like to be active, and as you get older, I know it because I am older. You're more prone to injury, and I could not get rid of the pain.
QC Kinetics patient Diane Richardson talking about how a hiking injury left her in awful pain.
No one wants to live in pain. I certainly don't want to live in pain. I don't have time for pain.
Diane had heard about regenerative medicine, so she called QC Kinetics and started treatment right away. And the results were incredible.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using natural biologics, healing properties from your own body to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. There's no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime.
The result was phenomenal. I mean, I was not feeling any pain. I'm able to do everything that I want to do.
If you have pain from arthritis or injury, this may be the solution you're looking for. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
It was a game changer.
Call QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
The talk that's always right.
The country's on.
You want to do a little of this?
Democrats can't solve the problem.
I guess I will.
You guys are so right.
Denver's talk station.
100% right on that.
630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, this is Tom Martino. Isn't it amazing how this can imitate my voice? By the way, I'm just joking. Yesterday I tried to open the show with AI voices. I showed some programs that made AI voices, and it's really worth a discussion on AI because I know a lot of kids, they shall remain nameless, are actually using it for homework, writing their assignments, and there is no way for a teacher to find out. So I don't know how we're going to tackle this. By the way, speaking of intelligence, have you ever wondered how smart politicians are? Are they the smartest among us? What do you think? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, presidents ranked by IQ. Kennedy was the third smartest president by IQ. John Quincy Adams, number 1. Thomas Jefferson, number 2. Kennedy, number 3. Did you know Bill Clinton, number 4? Wow. Jimmy Carter, number 5. James Madison, number 6. What do you think? Anyway, so 303-713-TALK is our number, 713-8255. More bad news about water. I just got this alert because I'm signed up for stuff like this since I represent Water Pros, who does filtering that can get all this out, all of it, even forever chemicals. But the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency announced that there are 6 troubling forever chemicals in drinking water, all drinking water, and that the municipal systems nationwide are unable to remove them. However, they are being forced to find technology to lower the parts per million. There's something called, I don't know, I could not pronounce this. Maybe my artificial intelligence can. Ooh, that would be interesting. I'm going to try that. But anyway, there's a bunch of chemicals, okay? They're chemicals. And they build up in our system. We don't get rid of them. I wonder how many of these cancers start here. The rules require water providers to reduce them to 4 parts per trillion. 1 part, by the way, listen to this. 1 part equals 1 drop in 21 million gallons of water. Now, I've always talked about, when I talk about climate change, I talk about all of the emissions of the earth. If you assumed not one of them escaped and they were all poisonous from the start of the industrial age till now, what that would amount to, considering the volume of the universe. And it was akin to a drop in the ocean, or not necessarily, but a little more than that. But apparently then, this is opening my eyes to the fact that there could be some really dangerous stuff even at 1 drop in 21 million gallons. Do you find that hard to believe? If there was a vat of 21 million gallons of water and they put a drop of deadly poison in it, would you have any qualms about drinking that water? Well, anyway, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to reduce PFAS. You can do it right now with a water system for the whole house, or just at the sink. At the sink, under $1,000, it's around 900 something. For all the drinking water you want. But what do you think about that? The rules would require them to drop it to 1 drop in 21 million gallons of water. Wow. I mean, they're really, really clamping down on water. Forever chemicals. A lot of people won't even drink tap water anymore. They absolutely won't. They won't even consider it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. There's another issue that I think really affects all of us, and we've talked about it before, and it is urban camping. This is
You mean homeless stuff?
Yeah. It affects, well, it does affect us because, first of all, it affects highways and byways, and it affects neighborhoods. They're starting now to camp on trails, hiking trails, biking trails. Now, boo-hoo, people, you know, I mean, truly, you complain about it, but it's like boo-hoo, that's a first world problem. Where are people going to go, or what is the answer? I don't see. Here's the problem. I don't believe. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. The problem is, not all problems have a solution. Now, problems can be dealt with, but they don't all have a solution. And I'm going to go to phones. I always go to phones first. So I'm going to go to Emmett and then Todd and the rest. But I want anyone, really now, and again, I hate saying this, but I don't want to hear political speeches, okay? Because the homeless are with us no matter who's in the White House or who's in Congress. Nothing has changed it. Certainly, our whore-loving mayor, Hancock, did nothing about it. And the poopin' Hicken Loop Pooper, he didn't do anything. No one has done anything. Emmett, what's going on with Chase Bank? Emmett, I'm Tom Martino. What's going on, man?
Tom, they have increased my mortgage from, my mortgage was supposed to be $1,200. They've increased it to $1,600.
Now, hold on. I don't think they increased your mortgage. I think they increased your payment. Is that right, sir?
Right. The
now,
payment.
Is that because your escrows went up, sir?
Yes, they said the escrow was short.
Right.
So they gave me an option.
Go ahead. Sorry.
They told me it would be up until it would stay that way until they recovered the escrow, or I could give them the $4,000.
Well, you understand that's not your mortgage company's fault, right?
Right.
Okay, right. So you do understand when you get a mortgage, if you get a fixed rate, your payment for PI, principal and interest, stays the same. Then there's TI.
Right.
So the other part is PI, principal and interest, TI, taxes and insurance. They have no control over that. So if taxes and insurance go up, which both of them have gone up, they will have to make up for it in the escrow. Now, they're allowed to escrow up to 125% of bills. When bills, when they are short in an escrow account, they have to do even more. Here's what they have to do. They have to do 125% of what's coming and then make up for the shortfall in the past, which is maybe your $4,000. Now, I don't know if your $4,000 is to get you to 125% or if your $4,000 is a shortfall. Whatever it is, most likely your mortgage company is not cheating you. But what is your concern?
Okay, but she had told me that the payment would go down if I gave them the $4,430.
No, it wouldn't go down. That's the misleading comment. If you paid the whole thing in full, the $4,000,
right,
your payment is going to remain at 100. The TI part of it is going to be 125%.
Okay, got you. Okay.
They misled you.
I understand that. So, right. Okay. So she was wrong on that. But now the problem comes too, though, is they're saying that I've missed payments. Now it's auto pay, and the money's always been there. I'm a disabled vet, so my money's always in the bank.
Well, that's just going to be math.
You know, Emmett, when they said you missed payments, did they ding you with late charges? Yeah,
they're saying that they need the $3,000 for these months that they said I've missed.
Wait. For how many months are they saying you missed?
3.
Okay, let me explain how that could have happened, and I'm not saying it did. How did it stop accumulating late charges? What was the event that made it current? Do you know? If you always had it on auto pay.
It hasn't stopped.
Huh?
It hasn't stopped. They're still sending me these notices.
Yeah, here's why, Emmett. Here's why. This happened to me, all right? Not with a mortgage. It happened with me with Nordstrom. I went with a Nordstrom credit card. I went on to do auto pay. I do auto pay on everything. But here's the problem with auto pay. It can take up to 45 days. I don't know why, but it can. So what I did was I went in 30 days before my payment was due. like maybe 31 or 32 days, assuming that when the next payment was due, it would be auto-paid. It wasn't. It was paid 15 days later. It was late. The next payment was made late, and then the next payment was made late because of the timing of auto-pay. Now, I don't know, have you been on auto-pay since the beginning of the loan?
Yes.
Okay.
Emmett, just can you send us your statement and then your bank account, and we can match it up? It's all math. Either they're wrong or you're wrong.
And
yeah, I have my statements here, and I have what they sent, and I'm looking at my statements, and it shows where every month they have drawn out the payment.
But does it show, listen, Emmett, they have drawn out the payment. But if the first one was late, everyone after that is going to be late. That's
okay, so
how long have you had this particular loan, this one right now?
Oh, it's about 20 years now.
So what I don't understand is when did you switch to auto payment?
We had auto payment from the beginning when we first.
Then I don't understand. Now, Mark, that's the part I don't understand. If he's had auto payment from the beginning,
it's still all going to be in his bank accounts, and it just even a year's worth we'll be able to match this up.
Right.
When did they start telling you were late? Was it recently?
No, it started in August. Well, it was 6/7 of 22 is when they started.
So that's probably the answer is going to lie in last year's statements.
What do you think happened? What do you think happened?
I have no idea, and I've gone in to try to talk to them, and nobody seems to be able to give me an answer. And it's like, it's crazy.
All right.
Why can't you? And like I said, I got the statements to show that the money has been withdrawn, and that's
all right. Hold on.
Mark
and Sue's off the air is going to tell you how to get us that information. Mark will look it over.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll get it figured out for you.
So hang on, man, and thank you for your service and all of that. We will help you. By the way, if you need help with a furnace issue, 888heating.com says this: for $288, they'll come out and fix any problem, find, fix, or free. Now listen carefully, for $288, and that includes parts. Now, that's igniters and valves and all of that stuff. Now, if it turns out to be the whole furnace or the heat exchanger, of course, they can't do it for $288, but it's free, so it's find, fix, or free. There's no risk, but if there is a problem, they can most likely fix it for $288. 303-770-2776, 888heating.com.
Are you thinking about selling your home? With Orchard, you can skip the typical headaches and hassles of listing a home and go straight to getting an all-cash offer. It's simple. Once Orchard determines your home value, they make you a cash offer. Then, when Orchard sells your home for more than they paid you for it, you keep all the profit. If you're ready to maximize your earnings on your old home and minimize the stress of selling it, you need to try Orchard. Visit Orchard.com and see how you can get an all-cash offer today. Orchard, it's a new way to home.
All right, so if you want a new way of approaching family law when it comes to getting prepared for a divorce, learning about a divorce, I hope you don't have to. But if you do, Harris Family Law has an incredible way of preparing you. They are doing webinars. Now, if you can't make a live webinar, you probably can download or listen on the website, and you will love the webinars, whether archived or live. They're informative and complimentary, okay? And this is free access at harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. They tackle all of the questions. You'd be amazed at what they tackle regarding divorce and family law. harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars.
I'm here with Sean O'Keefe and Dan Blair, Senior Wealth Advisors at Summit Wealth Strategies and hosts of the Retirement Summit radio show. Guys, tax...
I think that was supposed to be a 30, but it's all right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so I went over 15.
Sure, 60.
Yeah,
but
sure.
But it's all right. I'm just saying.
Come on.
Hey, it's Mark Major.
I was just looking back at it. It's not. Hey, listen, it doesn't affect me. I'm good.
All right, later.
Hey, let me tell Tommy. Hang on.
Hey, Tommy,
Yes.
Marty has an update, but he's got to leave fast. So can you take him after the break? Hello? I don't know if he heard me or not.
Right, I heard you. What? Marty has an update, right?
Yeah, he just said he has to be done fast, so I was hoping you could take him after the break.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Update. This guy's asking to drop his paperwork off.
Tell him you can drop it off at your house.
At your house, Tommy?
Your house.
I think it'd probably be okay if he did. When were you wanting to drop it off? Tomorrow? Okay. You'd have to do it during show hours between 10 and 2, 10 a.m. and 2
Ah,
p.m.
mother...
tomorrow. Would that be okay?
Mother
Emmett?
fudger.
Okay, and then the only other request I have, you will be dropping it off. We won't be able to look at everything while you wait. At least I don't think so. It's possible.
Hey,
so
Mike.
all I'm
Mark
asking
over.
is that we
Hey,
get
man. Mark
copies.
these over.
If we have originals, I just couldn't promise you would get everything back, and then I would feel terrible. And all we need are your bank statements. I don't think, like you mentioned, a bunch of different papers, maybe a couple of those letters saying you owe money, but it's the bank statements I think Mark wants to look at. Are we on the same page? Okay.
Going all the way to the street? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then we just don't have to worry about returning them. Okay. Okay, Emmett, let me do this. First, let me give you our address, or if you want, I can text you everything. That way you have my text and can let me know when you're here tomorrow. Do you do text?
All right, I'll email you back at 2 different people and get bids.
Okay,
for both.
what's your text number?
I just want to make sure they're good under there, but they're the guaranteed lowest price in town, period. And I'll put a note on that there. All right, later.
Did you say 895-9597? Okay, and just so you know, Emmett, I'm going to text you from a number. It's my Google text number. I don't take phone calls at it, but you can text me anytime, okay? So let me text you. I'll text you our address, and then if you can just text me tomorrow when you're like, I'm 20 minutes out or whatever. So just that I'm expecting you and can come down and grab the paperwork from you, okay? Suzanne. All right, I'm going to text you here in about 5 minutes.
Hey, Jose.
Thank you, mister.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
If it's under, if the line's under the slab in the basement, an unfinished basement, do you guys still do that, or you don't get involved in that, or what? So you won't, this one, the thing needs to be fixed under the slab, 20 feet. Yeah, into the house. So, I mean, you'd have to jackhammer and then re-pour after it's fixed.
There you go.
Use Wendy's, 2 for $6.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Smarty Marty has an update. We got a call a while ago about Pat, who loaned her niece $21,000. I believe her niece is in Texas. Now she can't get paid back. And she said the niece is ghosting her, and the niece is married to a sheriff's deputy down there. And the reason they mention that is because apparently deputies and, somebody said, well, maybe because he's law enforcement, held to a higher standard, maybe you talk to his boss. Smarty chose not to do that. He said, look, let's just see what we can get with communication open, because there was no communication. So the original deal is that she would be paid back in 2 weeks. The problem is that there was nothing in writing except subsequent emails saying we plan on paying you next week or this week or whatever. So, Smarty, first and foremost, how did they take the fact that the aunt called a radio show?
Well, I only spoke with the niece, because this was a hard case for me because I've never had anything like this. Usually, it's a contractor or there's some business.
Right. This is person. This is person versus person.
Yeah, and plus, it's not even Denver, so it's Texas.
One in Denver, one in Texas. Is that right?
No, they're both in Texas.
Oh, okay. They're both in Texas.
They're both in Texas, and which was odd for me. How does she even know about the Tom Martino?
Well, Marty, we get calls. You may not know this, but we get calls from all over the country.
Well, and back in the day, we were live there every day.
Yeah. So, but we still get calls from all over. But anyway, go ahead.
So anyway, so the aunt says, well, everybody knows Tom Martino, so that's kudos for the show. In any event, I spoke with the niece, and I just told her the way it is. I just said, hey, my name is Marty. You don't know me. Your aunt called a radio show here in Denver. So we talked, and I just told her the truth as to what the aunt said. And the niece says, oh, well, a lot of this isn't true. Or I said, well, you're invited on the show. Why don't you come on and say?
I wonder what part isn't true. Did she deny the 21 grand?
Well, no, she just said there's more to the story than indicated. And she started to talk about other favors that the niece and the husband are doing or did. And I said, listen, that's all irrelevant because you didn't have an agreement. You didn't have a written agreement. And you can't speak for what your aunt thinks. Why didn't you tell your aunt that this is part of the deal? And she was silent. And I said, I hate when family breaks up over money and this and that. But, this is your aunt, and she's not going to be around forever. And then I think she started to cry. So she said she's going to contact the aunt with her husband when the next day off he has, within the next couple of days. So I don't know if that's going to happen. In the meantime, I know the aunt was given advice from Mark, and I guess from the show itself, to contact the husband's employer. And as far as I know, she plans to do that. And that's where it stands.
Okay.
So
303-713-TALK. I get it. And we're just going to have to check with her to see if, in fact,
I'd be a lot more, not what you did, Marty. If I was the aunt, I'd be more aggressive because she was supposed to get paid back in 2 weeks, and we're going on months here.
You know what, Mark? If you had to pay your mortgage or you had to pay your aunt, who gets paid first?
Well, I don't know, Marty. I just don't know the answer to that, man.
I'm just saying if someone's in charge of turning off your electric or taking away your car, if you don't have it, you don't have it. But you're right. There was a promise made. And it's not being fulfilled. So I was trying to reach out to the human side of the niece. I didn't want to threaten. I didn't want to get threaten to call the husband. We were having a good conversation. So at this stage, I chose to leave that part out. And that's going to be up to the aunt to pursue the aggressive part of contacting the boss. I want to be the nice guy on this.
When did you have this conversation, out of curiosity?
2 days ago.
Let's call the aunt up and see if she's called.
You can do that.
I'd be interested. Suzanne, let's do that.
The aunt was supposed to contact the sheriff yesterday. She was going to contact the boss yesterday.
Yeah, let's get an update from the aunt. Let's see if there's been anything. Because you know what? I agree, Marty. If the niece or whoever actually called up and she's making an effort or saying, hey, I can give you X amount, now and then pay it off by then or something, that's something. But I bet she's still ghosting.
Well, she hasn't called the aunt yet because she's waiting for the day off. I spoke with the niece last night by text message. And she says, I'm waiting for my husband to get off of work
the next day off, we plan to contact my aunt.
And by the way, Marty, you probably don't know this, but that money was to save their house. They were in foreclosure, ready to lose their house, and the aunt stepped up and said, okay, I can lend you this for a small amount of time.
I get it, and it's gone way beyond it. So, look, I'm getting them talking. Let's hope they get talking. For all I know, the niece is lying to me. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out. Good job, though, talking to her.
You want to call you want me to call the aunt, or you want to call the aunt?
No. I think, Marty, since you've established communications, just let's check with her in a week.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
I think a week is plenty of time to have them communicate. When's the next day the sheriff is off? What, 2-3 days? How long can it be?
Right. So I agree. A week should give her enough time. If she hasn't contacted her in a week, there's a problem.
You know what? I'll check with the aunt in a few days.
All right.
To see if there's, and that's what I'll do. All right.
Thank you very much, Marty. As always, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're talking about your problems, questions, and complaints. Give us a call, and we'll see what we can do for you, of course. And as always, I love talking about great people like Harris Family Law and their webinars. Don't forget, harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. All topics regarding divorce, family law, separation, child custody, support. They have so many other topics. You can either watch them live and you'll get details there, or go to the archives, harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. 2 for $6, the best deal in fast food.
We're back to easy driving throughout the Denver Metro as we navigate that 10 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound continue to show posted speeds into and out of downtown. One slowdown over on the east end. E-470 northbound road construction continues between 56th and Pena Boulevard with heavy congestion through. I-70 east and westbound flowing free from DIA to the foothills and back again. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. It's a warm one today with highs in the upper 60s. Overnight low of 28 degrees. Enjoy it while it lasts. Tomorrow, high of only 36 degrees with scattered snow showers and cool temperatures for the rest of the week. The current temperature in Denver is 56 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
When you want the best deal on the best meal, choose Wendy's 2 for $6. Pick from Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, 10-piece Crispy Nugs, or a medium strawberry lemonade. Pair any two for just $6. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $6.
So if you want the best deals in water heaters, EuroPlumbingColorado.com. Now let me explain why. EuroPlumbing Colorado will do $12.99. Here's what they're going to do for you. I'm sorry, it's EuroPlumbingColorado.net. What they're going to do for you is they're going to replace your 40-gallon tank for $12.99, fully installed, new supply line for water, new flex line for gas, and that's A.O. Smith or Rheem, good warranties, and they haul away the old one. $13.99 for 50 gallons. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. 303-668-6844, the best water heater deal anywhere. 303-668-6844. Here's another good deal for you, and that's DavidEllisJewelry.com. Now, David Ellis is in Cherry Creek area, okay? It's 3rd and Clayton. And he has a black awning there. And if you go in there, he'll buy your jewelry on the spot, whether it's used and vintage or antique, or it's just junk and you want him to weigh it and pay it. DavidEllisJewelry.com, a name we've trusted for 40 years here in Denver. 303-322-8779. How much time do I have?
4.
Okay, I hear
probably
kids.
Probably 2 or 3 years.
I hear kids mulling around. I'll be right back. If not, Mark, okay.
Catch that, Mark?
What?
He says he hears kids. What does that mean?
They're trying to escape from the crawl space.
Yeah.
His kids are on spring break or something. Bonnie is.
We're going to read about, who was that girl that was in the shed out back for 2 years?
Not Elizabeth Smart, no.
Oh, God.
That one was weird because she was in that same town like the whole time.
That's messed up.
And she'd go into stores with those wackos.
That poor girl.
I think she really got her shit together, though.
Yeah, she's got a family, you know.
The whole bit. She came out talking about it.
Her parents, though, they intervened fast. They got intervention fast for her.
Yeah, but
she was found.
Didn't they actually kidnapped her right from her own house, that he was a handyman or something along those lines.
And when you watch interviews on her, Mark, she is so well put together, you know.
You bet she is.
It's crazy. Okay, let's see. Oh, what did Kelly say?
Yeah.
COVID. Did you ever get COVID, Shannon?
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't test. He got the original variant, he thinks.
I bet he gets
super sick early on.
How much VD have you had, though?
Is that tomato juice? Lots.
That's just like it.
No, again, I'm saving myself for the retirement home. Boy, I hope I get everything.
Boy, you will.
Yeah.
And by then, it'll be super bugs.
Okay. Yeah, Mark, I deleted a bunch of apps and photos from my iPad.
Oh, the ones we took last night?
You did seem pretty handy setting up that camera and tripod there. Like your old hat, man.
He wished he had a tripod back in the day.
Wow.
We had that big old VHS one back then, you know.
I love those.
Huge.
VHS tripod.
Sure.
Oh my God.
The full-size camera, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying.
Yep.
You could zoom in manually. Of course, you'd have to zoom out on me.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark, you're
Yeah,
so
I need
funny.
a fisheye to pick that up.
Todd got snippy with me. He's like, why are you being so mean to me on the phone he's holding right now? I said, Todd, I'm fielding calls. I've got a lot going on.
Which one's he?
Ricardo, Todd.
Why is he coming back on?
Because he wants to talk to Tom, but the first thing he says to me is, why are you being so mean to me on the phone?
He does not like
and
women.
I literally was just fielding
Here we
the
go.
call.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Ideal Home Loans still doing home loans with the interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Let's talk. Daryl, what's happening, Daryl? How can we help you?
I made a run down to the DIA airport and picked up a grandchild. Apparently, didn't get going through the wrong gate, and with the E470 people, I got on E470, didn't mean to. But anyway, went through the gate and finally got to the airport and made the pickup. And I got a bill from E470 for $16, and I wrote them a check and paid it.
$16.
$16 for going through, getting on the entry into the
Gotcha.
airport.
Yeah, so then what? How did you pay it?
So then,
How did you pay it?
3 weeks. I paid it by check.
Okay.
And but then about 2-3 weeks later, I got another bill from E470 for $2.05.
And what was that for?
I have no idea. Apparently, when I missed the entry into DIA, went off toward, I'm going to say Fort Morgan, before I got turned around, came back. I'm guessing that I went through a different, gate or something.
Right.
Which got me the $2. Anyway, I've ignored it, for a year and a half.
Oh no! Oh my God! How much is it now?
Are you trying to redo your driver's license?
$2.05, and now it is $72.05.
Yep. Now they're pretty nice people if you call them, but you're not going to pay $2.
What will I? Can I settle it somehow?
Yeah, you call them.
Okay, I've got a phone number.
And
here.
when you go to renew your registration, man, you're not going to be able to.
Well,
hold on. If he settles, he will, Mark.
No, I'm saying if he just lets it keep coasting.
Oh no! You won't. They don't take that lightly.
Well, what I was wondering is what sort of authority do they have to prosecute me? What damage can they do to me?
Okay, they can do a lot. Let me explain it. First of all, you will lose. It will be a civil matter. They're a legal taxing authority, and it's an unpaid tax. And then they can put a lien on anything you have if they want to, including your car, and they can ruin your credit. All of those.
But the first thing they're going to do is make it so you can't register that car again.
Oh my goodness.
Or renew a license, right?
Yeah. It's called the E470 authority for a reason. Now,
yeah, they can do a lot, man.
Daryl, look at them as a sewer district. Look at them as a water district. Look at them as a park district. Now, you may think, well, I don't live there, I didn't vote for it, but you did. The state, it was voted in. It was voted in. It's legal. It's, don't even bother trying to fight it. I mean, I know everything going through your head, and you're not going to fight it. You're going to, you could spend, $250,000, get to the Supreme Court, and you'll lose.
Question. Can you call these folks and talk to a human being and,
yes.
and maybe get this settled?
Yes, you can. They're good people. They're actually pretty nice. You can talk to people.
So I'll look for a phone number here somewhere, call them and talk to them?
Yes, but listen, Daryl, really, they have full discretion on what they do. We've heard some people with a good story get it reduced to the toll. Maybe some interest, no penalties. We've heard other people where they won't budge a penny because the other person says they were never there and blah, blah, blah. It depends on how you want to deal with it.
Okay,
I think if you tell them you got a $2 toll and you ignored it, it ain't going to play well.
Really?
I would probably...
I'd tell them you thought that $16 was the entire thing, because they'll see that you paid that on that account for that license plate and say, I just didn't even realize this was even an issue.
That's a good one. You thought it was all taken care of.
I've been BSing companies like that for years.
Okay, so your counsel is I shouldn't even give them a phone call, and will I be able with a phone call to get a live person on the phone?
Yes, I've done it, so I think you will. Will you call us back and let us know how it goes?
I sure will.
Thank you. 303-713-TALK. Now, Todd, tell me about Denver Housing Authority. We'll start the call, and I'll finish it after the break. Go ahead, Todd.
Yes. It's just I received a letter from March 8th about reasonable accommodation.
What does that mean, Todd?
They said that they placed me on the pending suspense, but nothing legal or anything.
Wait. On a pending what?
Suspense. S-E.
I think I might have the letter. Let me look.
All right, hold on. We'll talk about it coming up. 303-713-8255. Get an insurance checkup from Compass Insurance Group to make sure you're not underinsured, like the people up in those fires lost all their equity, or you're not paying too much. It's an independent, honest-to-God, honest look. 303-996-9000.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. 2 for $6. The best deal in fast food.
Some slowdowns around the downtown.
Tom, I'm going to make you crazy. Are you ready? I know you have OCD. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you see how Made in the Shade has a different font than Art of Granite on the live list?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to go through and change those or no?
76 West.
Because you should be able to select that whole area and oh my God,
What?
Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there today, warming.
Well, did you select? You should select the whole thing because that.
Bro,
rest
I
of that
just
area is
did
a
it.
different
Don't
font,
worry
too.
about it,
Yeah.
man.
Back.
I know. So I'm the one with OCD.
The rest of the week.
No,
The current temperature is 57 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan.
You're the best.
Hey, how?
When you want the best
Not
deal
actually
on the best
OCD,
meal,
but
choose
we don't have
Wendy's
to get
2
into my
for $6.
psychological
Pick from
diagnosis.
Dave's Single. Spicy chicken sandwich.
You need a 6-hour show.
Or medium strawberry lemonade. Pair any two for just $6. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. 2 for $6.
Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. I just got an email from them today. They keep in touch with me all the time, helping me, giving me updates, telling me what to do, what not to do. You know, even though I might be 20 years from retirement, just kidding, I'm not. I'm sooner than you think. But anyway, as I'm getting ready for retirement, I don't have as much time as maybe you guys do. But no matter what, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, honest to God, can really help you, all kidding aside. They take a look at everything you have. They make recommendations for income, for investments, for insurance, for legacy, you know, like estate planning and all that. They refer people on the referral list, but then they quarterback everything to make sure you're in good shape. Yeah, they even believe in overfunding life insurance in certain instances. They have all kinds of tricks up their sleeve. They can help you, and I love them. I use them. rpcenter.com. They're sponsors of the show, paid sponsors. So I just want to be clear about that. But I actually use them, 970-663-3211. I also use other people on our referral list or recommend them, like Made in the Shade. Deputy Doc used Made in the Shade. They came and measured free and estimated free, gave him loaner shades while he waits for his to come in. And not only that, they have a designer to help him pick colors. God knows he needs it. And you might need help from a designer. It's all in-house, including the installation from Made in the Shade, all price ranges, all window coverings, Made in the Shade. That's 720-458-6566. Find him at referralist.com as well. That's where you'll also find the Art of Granite.com. But the Art of Granite will give you a price on the phone. You don't even have to look them up, call them and say, I need a price. I have this many square feet, I got an L shape, or I got 2 L's, or I got a U, whatever. They give you a price, not just for granite, but any stone, because they do all stone. They do all natural stone and engineered stone, any solid surface. They also do cabinets. By the way, they do all countertop material at wholesale. They give you also a free tear-out and haul away, and a free vanity when you do the kitchen. 303-386-5919. Get your price. 303-386-5919.
Best.
Hey, Tommy.
Yes.
Oh,
you know,
man.
did you get my email from Kaylin Eccles?
Mm-hmm.
I just sent it because apparently it's still coming up on a LinkedIn post.
Yeah,
If
okay,
you could
so
maybe
hold
delete
on a
that.
second. So he wants us to wash the internet for him? I'd like him to do that for fucking me. I'd love that.
Good point. Good point.
You know, go out and wash the fucking internet. I can't help it. I mean, shit, I ain't erasing everything in the world I have, just like the Denver Post wouldn't, or no one will.
We can't. We have no way of even doing that.
And Westward and all of that shit. I can't do that.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Jesus Christ, if you read some of the shit about me, you'd think I'm a fucking gangster.
Hey, calm down, Vinny.
Yeah.
Tomies.
Gun-toting gangster.
Tomoso.
Tomosiosios.
Marino.
We'll call him Tommy the Leg.
Tommy the Leg. Tommy the Mouth. Now that's what I'm going to be Tommy the Mouth.
Yeah, I love it.
Or Martino the
Very
Mouth.
Just when I thought I was out.
So here's what happened with Todd, this moron. They pulled all his stuff.
Well, he keeps asking. He thinks he deserves a bathtub, and I tried to tell him, Todd, like, he has a shower. It's kind of like Miles' shower.
He's screwed, man.
I don't
He
think
wishes.
I don't think they pulled everything. They're just saying his request is suspended, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, here's what they said. Pending a determination
Yeah.
if he is still eligible to participate, hold on, in any of the
DHA's
Denver
program.
Housing Authority. He may be kicked out of the entire place.
That means he's saying too much.
That's
and
right.
harassing too much.
That's
Tommy.
right.
He never learns.
He's getting booted, man.
No, they're getting him ready for that.
They never called the police on him.
That's how I read it. Well, that's because you emailed him. I guarantee it.
Well,
I
yeah.
would have called him if he came here grabbing my ass.
Hey, Mark, why do you think the camera in your studio is sharper than the one I have? Because, I mean, this is supposed to be a good camera.
They're both. It looks nice, Tom.
I think they should be the same. Mine's probably less, actually.
I think yours looks nice, Tommy.
I'll tell you what you're seeing. You're not realizing how much better looking I am than you.
That could be it. But Suze, does it look from where you are as sharp on each one?
Hey, we're coming back.
You're looking at vMix, right?
Hey, we're coming back.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Todd, I read the letter that you got from Denver Housing Authority. Todd, do you get rental subsidy?
What does that mean?
They pay for his entire place.
Are you getting free rent or subsidized rent? Do you pay any rent?
No, I do pay for the rent.
And do you pay a lower amount than normal?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. What are you renting right now? How many bedroom? One?
One bedroom.
How much do you pay each month, Todd?
$248.
Okay, so one bedrooms in Denver are averaging $1,600. And so some people are paying $2,000 or more. Some people are paying a little less, but they're about $16. And I'm not telling you, pay the $200 and be happy. What I'm saying is this. This letter is saying that your request for an accommodation is being put on suspension until they figure out if you are even eligible to be there. So they're taking a look now at your entire eligibility. So first I want to explain a few things to people listening. The accommodation you requested is a bathtub. You don't want just a shower because you claim. Why do you want just a bathtub and not a shower?
I couldn't be able to take the bath appropriate for my health. That's why.
You need
For
a
your
bath.
anxiety, right, Todd? It helps you with your anxiety. Did I remember that right?
Exactly, yes.
Do you have a doctor's note saying that you need a tub instead of a shower?
I do, and I already been provided to them.
Okay, now.
I don't think they found that sufficient.
No, and I don't know if it is because they're saying he can use not them, but we looked into this program before, and people can use a chair, they can use other assistants. It's actually easier to get in and out of a shower, but
it has very little to do, though, with him wanting a bathtub. The reason they're looking into his eligibility in general is because he had issues with the woman there, like usual.
Now,
she was going to call the cops last time.
Hold on. Hold on. Here's the deal. His eligibility, what I want to know is, when you first how long have you been in Denver housing?
I've been since 2014.
Okay. So you've been in there for, 8 years or more? 8 years. Okay. So they're now questioning your eligibility. What was your diagnosis to get in there to begin with?
It was depression, anxiety.
And don't you have seizures, Todd? I thought your disability had to do a lot with your seizures.
It's both. It's actually altogether.
Because if it was basically depression and anxiety, well, we could all be subsidized. I mean, everybody. I think there's a little more to it. You have a clinical diagnosis, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But now they're questioning your entire eligibility. Now, Mark, where did you get the impression the eligibility is being questioned because of his interaction with...
Because last time Todd called, someone in his apartment complex or someone with DHA wrote him a letter or contacted that, do not contact me anymore. I'm calling the police on you.
Do you remember that, Todd?
Yeah, I remember that one, but that was from Denver Metro Fair Center, another organization.
And what did they say and why?
Well,
what are they talking about? What are they talking about?
They were talking about that unless it's from the housing that they're trying to refuse with the letter, then they can help me. But now this time it's...
Regardless of what organization, it had to do with that bathtub.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to try to tell them, that they were trying to refuse me.
Well,
and I thought that they could help.
Todd,
it's not a point of that. It's how you attack the women and come off to the women. But whether you do it on purpose or not doesn't even matter
Todd,
at this point.
It's, by way of background, Todd was walking around a park passing out a leaflet about wanting a girlfriend or a friend and a hug, and it came off weird. Now, I personally don't think Todd means to be weird or threatening or anything, but people find it creepy, and I think now that's going to get him into hot water and not a bath. So what I'm thinking you ought to do right now, Todd, is just cool it on this accommodation request.
Take.
How'd you like that hot water, Bob?
Oh my gosh! Oh, gee, golly! When you open up at Comedy
What is
Works?
your first name?
This guy, man.
I'm pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Brant?
This guy, I just don't know how you guys like...
Brent, in a sentence or less, what would you like
How
to
we
talk
like stringing it on?
No, it's not stringing it on. It's like the guy's he's just...
Out-of-state ticket. And then just...
I've never seen anybody get so many complaints from any woman they walk into. And they all say the same thing. He's harassing me. He's scaring me. I mean, how could so many women have that opinion of him, and the guy's not a wacko?
Listen to the phone. When you hear your name, come on and tell Tom about this ticket.
And Suzanne was on that train for a little bit. I don't know if she's still on that train.
No, I stopped texting him because he doesn't stop.
He's a wacky man.
It's sad, Mark. But an anxiety blanket might be perfect for him, Mark, since he can't get an anxiety tub.
I had a good line for that, but I won't say it.
Well, what? How heavy can the blanket be?
Exactly. Do they make them out of cement? I don't know.
Mine's
how about an M1A1?
You got someone from the housing authority ready to call the cops and have them arrested.
It's crazy.
And then before that, he was handing out pamphlets in a park to women saying, hey, go to my Facebook and check out my pictures.
IQ. He has a low enough IQ. He has no social skills, but a high enough IQ he can drive.
Why doesn't he piss men off then?
Oh, well, you've never. Well, look at you. You're getting irritated.
Yeah.
God. And last time he was on, a bunch of YouTubers were like, oh, that poor guy. You guys need to help him. Suzanne, help him.
Oh, we need to help him. Do any of you people have a hot tub he can sit in?
Let's let them help him. Yeah,
We have a hot
exactly.
tub.
All you YouTubers that wanted to help him last time, you know what? Email us at help@troubleshooter.com, and we'll get you Todd's phone number.
We're setting up a special website, SoCatoddinatub.com.
Todd.
God.
Poor Todd.
How does someone run? Every woman they meet wants to call the cops and have them arrested.
Yeah.
That didn't even happen to me.
He wanted to be friends with our kids and me and you, and I was like, Todd, I do not make friends with people we try to help. He's like, doesn't your daughter need a friend?
Oh, my God.
God, I know.
Oh,
He's a freak, man. How about when, I'll tell you a funny one. I'm not going to use the name because I always thought he was a freako, but we'll just say we'll call him Apple. How about when his picture was floating around the studio, do not let him in anymore?
Which one? There were several.
I don't
Mark.
want to say it on here.
Ugh.
Hold on.
Put it on the screen.
I always liked him, but it was the other producer.
Oh, yeah.
That was the funniest damn thing I've ever seen.
Do not let this man in the building. Like, oh,
We're like,
me all the
we're
time.
like, oh shit, he's coming in next week. We better go get this cleared.
Nuts.
Yeah, that was totally crazy. I think that guy could be dangerous, man.
I personally don't think so, but I wouldn't take my chances.
Hell no.
Are you talking about a former coworker?
No. She'll tell you when we go off. God bless. Yeah, I don't see all the love for him today on YouTube. Last time it was like, Suzanne, you just keep trying to help him. He needs help. He probably doesn't know who that is.
No. This is a listener. AM Junkie.
Oh, okay. Oh, I remember that. What about, you know what? Even Ted Scott got in trouble around here.
Ted Scott?
What did Ted Scott do? He's like 85.
He did one of those deals where, you know, I'm selling a tea kettle online, and it's, you know, a silver tea kettle, and you can obviously see him naked in the reflection.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Fantastic.
That's a real deal.
Yes.
Did he do it on purpose?
Yes.
Holy crap.
I doubt he did it on purpose.
Oh, we know Ted. Oh. And by the way, no relation. Oh, glorious.
That is unbelievable.
I have a 20-pound one and a 10. I have a.
Oh, imagine this. Newsom pressured the feds to bail out that Silicon Valley
That
bank.
makes sense. And that's nice that the
He
Dow's
probably
down
had a crap load of money in there.
Yeah, and it's nice the Dow's down 700.
Yeah. Oh, there's Elizabeth Warren. Pocahontas is getting involved.
Pocahontas.
No, I have a 15-pound.
Is that what you think?
Golly.
Yeah, we got to get these old freaks out of freaking
You know, some of these
Washington,
people are
man.
way past the age in which you take away the carving knife from Dad at Thanksgiving.
She's so
you know
old
what I mean?
she thought she was a Native American. I mean, that's crazy.
Listen, we took that bitch off the butter. I want that bitch off the Senate.
Yep.
You know, fair is fair.
I jumped in and bought a bunch of bank stock today.
By the way,
if you
no
can believe
offense
that.
to bitches to anybody that's listening. It is awful that they scrape the names of things off of the, and it's exactly what a white supremacist would want. I don't want to see an Indian on my butter. Okay, done. I don't want black people on my cream of wheat. Okay, they're out. Get that woman off my syrup. Done. Sir, done. You are welcome. What the hell?
I didn't like that weighted blanket. I can't deal with it.
No.
Weighted blanket?
They're horrible, man.
They feel weird, don't they?
They're heavy as hell.
No, I mean,
I like a good heated Sherpa throw, though.
There is something weird about it.
I don't like them. Suzanne, we got one for a little bit. I got that thing off our bed. I was done with that. I said, no more, lady.
Good day, sir.
Good day to you.
I said good day. Geez, we're coming back.
I'm going.
Yeah, you want to do more? Want to go back to Todd? Remember that Saturday Night Live? Todd.
stuff, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, welcome to the show. I am Tom, celebrating more than 40 years on the air, nearly 50 years in broadcasting, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life just a little easier. And guess what's coming up? The drunken, useless holiday of St. Patrick's Day. No purpose except to get drunk. Anyway, so what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day? Now, I'm not saying that the man St. Patrick was a bad person. I have no idea, but is it really supposed to?
My God, Tom, he was kidnapped and brought to Ireland as a slave at 16. This guy should be celebrated. I mean, he was the man.
In a drunken fest?
Well, that part I don't know.
Okay.
Nor do I know why it's all green. Why is the beer green? Why is everything
It's a
green?
good time to get into
because Luck of the Irish and Shamrocks and green became the team colors of the Irish, and then St. Patrick was Irish, or no, actually, they're not sure if St. Patrick was actually Irish or not, but I believe that he had Irish roots after he was born. So did you, Mark, read about the unsure, how they're unsure if he was Irish or not?
No, I didn't. I have not heard that.
Yeah. Well, where did you read about him being enslaved?
On the History Channel. I didn't read about it. I saw a thing on him years ago. On St. Patrick.
Okay. So anyway, whatever. Is he, by the way, is he liked by the woke?
I would assume so, because the holiday's still around.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Columbus is gone, right?
Yeah, Columbus. Nobody celebrates Columbus, I don't think, because we call this retroactive correction. Retroactive correct. We go back in time to try to make everyone who ever existed woke, correct, politically correct, like James Bond. You know, if he said something snarky about a woman, they're erasing it. The question is, and by the way, I'm all for not publishing snarky things about women, but I think you should have the freedom to do so. And I'm all for, people having decency and not calling out people and calling names and all that crap. But that's neither here nor there what I think. I think people should have the freedom to do it. And I absolutely believe that literature should not be effed with. Because the people doing that, they have, anyway. So, I don't know if you could hear that, but that's what they have. They have terrible jobs and should not mess with literature. I mean, is that common sense? And I don't mean that as a political statement. I mean that as a real statement. I don't believe that anyone should mess with literature, stories, or anything. Bullshit jobs. Anyway, what do you think, Mark? Do you think they ought to go back and change things that were already written?
No, I don't, man. I really don't. I'm not, I think Dr. Seuss has been hit. I know the Tom Sawyer, not just the book Tom Sawyer, but whoever that author is.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy, actually, man. But then you can have books and all. You know what that makes me think of? Did you see what our Florida governor did?
No.
He pulled the liquor license of a Hilton property because they had a transgender show in December, and they said, hey, if you're going to have people getting naked and doing other things like this, you cannot have kids there under 18. We do not allow that in this state. So they still did it. And he literally yesterday pulled their liquor license as a punishment. I find that incredible. I don't even know what made me think about that.
Now, here's what I think, really, truly. I mean, if they're breaking a law, they're breaking a law, okay? If he's going after equally people breaking liquor laws and all that, and if it says when you have naked or near naked people, you have to be 18 or older, then yeah, you should abide by that. But he's being portrayed as someone just targeting that segment.
Well, but he's only being... the only people doing that are people that are totally against him. Most people know that. You know, almost 70% of the state voted for him. He has the House, the Senate. He has everything. The guy's a king.
Yeah, and again, there are people who accuse him of just targeting LBGYQ, A, B, C, D, just A through Z. And then there are people who say he is, that's all he's targeting. And they're accusing, by the way, the Catholic Church is also under fire. But here's what I want to ask you. This is very, very interesting, by the way. Very interesting. Because the Washington Post did an investigation of a Denver-based group of Catholics who they claim are targeting gay priests for outing. What this investigation, now tell me the flaw in this investigation, seriously. The Washington Post did an investigation and found that this Denver-based Catholic laity and clergy group, they're both lay people, they call them, who are not officials in the church, and church people, they found that these people are using software to go and find priests who are on dating apps like Grindr, etc., so they can out gay priests. Now, here's what's wrong with this. They never mention anything except the Catholic Church going after gay dating. Now, we're talking about Catholic priests now, and they're accusing these people of going after gay priests. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Well, it's 100% against their doctrine.
Well, not the gay part, the dating part, for God's sakes. They're celibate. I mean, in other words, it doesn't matter if they're dating men or dating women. The Catholic Church does not want their celibate clergy dating. So why does this turn into an anti-gay thing? It's not an anti-gay thing. It's an anti-dating thing. Okay? Now, whether or not you agree on that, I don't care. I'm not Catholic, and I'm not sticking up for them. What I'm saying is, it's a fact that when you enter the priesthood, you commit and you take a pledge to be celibate.
Well, with the exception of...
Well, of what, Mark? Oh, you're making a joke. I'm saying you take a pledge. You really take a pledge. Now, whether or not they live up to it, you know, I'm not judging them. I'm just saying that's what they pledge. So if you pledge to do that and not to engage in sexual relationships or marriage or any relationship, don't you think that the Catholics have a right to police that? They've made the pledge until enough Catholics say, we don't want this anymore, or the Pope, and they say from now on Catholics can be married. And, you know, a lot of people don't even realize this, but the people that they claim were the earliest Catholics and established the church, and the first Pope was married. And in fact, priests were married. And other bishops were married. Why do you think, here's a trivia question, and don't Google it, Mark, why do you think they instituted celibacy in the priesthood?
Well, so they could go to heaven. They would be more of a god on earth.
No, that's not the reason. That would be a nice reason, but I don't know why having a wife or not having a wife would make you... In fact,
you're married to your religion.
In fact, the qualifications of an elder in the church, or if that's translated, and by the way, they've changed that to priests and to bishops, but bishop means overseer, priests were elders. And by the way, the qualifications in the Bible are, among them, you have to be beyond reproach. In other words, you don't have a bad reputation. And the husband of one wife. And also, your children have to be in control. So if you were supposed to be celibate, That wouldn't make sense. So why was celibacy, and this is not a put down of the church, they can do what they want. I mean, people who want to enter a faith, I'll never criticize a religion, but why was celibacy instituted historically? It's because when priests accumulated property and wealth and died, it went to their wives. So, by instituting celibacy, priests no longer accumulated in their own name. It was a parish accumulation in the church's name. So the church became the biggest owner of real estate, one of the biggest owners of real estate in the entire world. So it's not because of anything that was an edict from the Bible saying you can't have sex or you can't be married. That's just some trivia. Anyway, but what I found interesting is how the Catholic Church is being attacked nowadays. It's really weird. Like they say this conservative Catholic group is going after dating apps to out gay priests. No, they're outing all priests who are dating because the Catholics say our priests take a pledge to be celibate and they should not be dating. But isn't it weird how they specifically left out that dating and all of that is banned on both sides of the aisle? We got more coming up.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. Are you paying attention to China, Russia, and Ukraine?
That
Any
makes
reminders
sense.
of the Cold War days?
You're saying Todd should become a priest?
Now is the time to make the call. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. Call Oxford Gold right now and
All right, your guy's ready, and then I'm sorry you got 2 other lives.
833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
You hear me talk about myaccidentlawyer.co. John Fuller. Why, he's our expert on the show about personal injury. We tell people, call John. You will notice the difference. He'll take only as many cases as he can personally work, and he'll stay in touch with you personally on your case. But I want to ask something about representation in general, John. Have you ever seen cases where, before people came to you, do insurance companies ever just completely ghost people or deny a claim until they're represented?
Yeah, all the time, Tom. Yes. The simple answer is yes. There are claims out there that without somebody on your side advocating and going to battle with these insurance companies, you simply will not get a good outcome. Put differently, they may just deny your claim because they think they can get away with it. I've seen that time and time and time and time again. So listen, I'm not saying that every claim is going to be like that, but if you've got a claim that has interesting issues or complications to it, you've got to have us on your side to even have a fair shake of getting the compensation that you deserve. So we love those cases. They're the most challenging, and we really, gear up to bring the full force of our efforts towards those complicated ones. So call us when something happens. We'll give you a rundown and an evaluation to find out where you stand.
You know, John, I know we can't say this, but I really feel this based on my 40 years of experience helping people. You always make more when you're represented by a competent attorney than you will by yourself because they know that an attorney will take it further.
Yeah, that's been proven out time and time and time again. But we're not talking about just any case. There are some cases where you won't just make more with an attorney. You're making more than zero because the other outcome is that it's just denied. You get nothing, and they say go away and leave us alone. And I've seen countless claims where the insurance companies just act poorly and deny claims when the law would dictate that they do something completely different. So
MyAccidentLawyer.
it happens.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, John. MyAccidentLawyer.co. 303-597-4500. You will notice the difference. 597-4500. Hey, you know where else you're going to notice a big difference? Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You know, Frank is dedicated to service. He is a fine person, and he is the ultimate professional when it comes to buying or selling real estate. Hey, you want a free taste of that? Get a free market analysis of your home, free. With the neighborhood, the comps, supply and demand, interest rates, whatever is bearing on your sale, he'll let you know what he thinks he'll get for your house, and he's pretty darn accurate. And it's free with no obligation. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you're having problems with a septic system, any part of a septic system, including the drain from the house to the system, the inlet, the outlet, the leach field, the tank itself, the riser for cleaning it out, whatever it is, you can get a free visual inspection from Booster Excavation. You can also get, of course, a very low-priced diagnostic if they have to dig up a little. But they're the experts. Don't call regular plumbers. SepticColorado.com. That's SepticColorado.com. 20% off all goods and services right now with anything, including new systems. 970-278-6151.
I did not know that about the Catholic Church, by the way.
Troubleshooter show, please hold a minute.
I mean, do they acknowledge that or what?
Well, it's part of history. You can you can read about it. I don't know if you'll read about it in a Catholic journal.
Yeah, okay.
Celibacy thing is only like 1,000 years old for them, isn't it?
It's not old. Not as old as the church, that's for sure.
I wonder how much a priest makes.
I don't even know, Mark.
Well, he gets all his housing and
I think they get
paid.
everything free and then they have an allowance.
11:23 and again in 11:39.
Yep, 11. It's from 11:39.
41 to 67 a year.
Troubleshooter show, what's your first name? Michael, hi.
Now, wait a minute. This says $180K a year.
I think that's when they add in the fish sandwiches.
Yeah. I sent you an email yesterday, right? I think. Let me look here. I haven't got to all my emails.
No,
today.
this is
Michael,
talking
there
about
you are. Yes.
employees. And the highest paid employee in the Archdiocese. Guess what they are? The highest paid employee. Come on, someone must know.
Janitorial.
Nope. Come on. Use your mind.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mark. What are you talking about?
For $6.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So, Brant, what's going on with you, Brant? Brant?
Florida and
Go ahead. Go ahead, man. What's happening?
I got back from a road trip down to Florida. In the mail is this ticket for a red light violation. The electronic cameras got me for $50, and
now where did they get you? Where did they get you?
Some small town in Tennessee, Millington, Tennessee, and I don't think I'm going to go through there again.
Well, they can't do anything now. I doubt they have reciprocity when it comes to red light tickets. That's just an accusation right now. I mean, if you don't show up, there might be a contempt or a warrant in that state. Just mark that off.
Okay, because at the bottom of the ticket it says in big bold letters, it says in red, payment is required by law. But then after that it says non-payment of this notice cannot adversely affect your credit score or report, driver's license, and or automobile insurance rates. I mean, I understand if it's local, of course, I would pay it.
Is there, hold on, is there also an appearance date on that? Or is it an appearance date or payment?
It offers all sorts of payment, pay by phone. I tried to call. You can't talk to a person. You can only talk to the computers and just says, what do you want to pay? Not that I really see. It says due dates, and it says, warning, this violation is deemed a non-moving violation for which a civil penalty of $50 is assessed. Your failure to contest this notice of violation in the manner instructed above before the due date shown in front of this notice.
Yeah, you don't have to read the whole thing. But, Brandt, bottom line, they can't do anything to you here. They're all state laws.
Okay. So even like a year or two from now, when I go to renew my license, Colorado's not going to be like, hey, you have to take care of this, and now it's $200.
Well, no, because it wasn't adjudicated. Do you understand that? They're assessing a fine based on you wanting to pay it instead of appearing. There's got to be something on that ticket that says you can contest it.
It does. There is.
Okay.
So just read it.
So that's what I'm saying. So there is not an automatic conviction. So no, it's not going to show up. It's not a conviction. Now, if they choose to do a contempt, but you have not been served to show up, so I don't see how they can get you for contempt unless they served you out here in person. And if they did, then technically you have to decide whether you want to be in contempt in that state. If you chose to be in contempt in that state, whether or not they have reciprocity is another hurdle they have to go over. If it happened to me and I wasn't going to go there again, I wouldn't care. How much is the ticket?
$50.
I would pay it if it was me and I knew that I ran the light.
I think I know that I ran the light because it's hard driving around in these small towns that you're unfamiliar with and stuff like that. But if you just said, no, I'm not going to pay, I'm just going to save myself $50 because nothing's going to happen. There might be a warrant issued for me in Tennessee, but I guess that's the risk I'll run if I ever go through Tennessee again.
It doesn't matter what state you are. They're at first, all tickets, including one from an officer, is an accusation. The difference is the officer gives you an appearance date, I believe, right on the spot. And that becomes a warrant. And it's a summons to appear in a lot of cases. A red light
I think this is one that I can get away with without paying. So
that's up to you. That's up to you. Okay, Brand. Michael, you have a question. Go ahead. Michael.
Yes. Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, I am, sir.
Okay, so my wife and I have a company that we use to, it's a home warranty called AHS, American Home Shield.
Useless.
And to cover appliances, etc. Oh, yeah, we're learning the hard way.
It's useless. You know what? All home warranties are useless, and I'm not going to go through it right now, but if anyone wants to debate it, give me a call. I'm not saying they never pay. I'm just saying it's not worth the money, and they suck. The entire structure of home warranties suck. Go ahead.
Right. So our water heater was leaking, so we called them, paid the deductible. They sent somebody out. The guy said, can't fix it. Got us a new water heater. That took 7 days. And when he got there to put it in, the guy was nice. He was with, God, I'm going to mess it up.
It doesn't matter, Michael. What happened? Did American Home Shield pay for the water heater?
They did. They put the water heater in, and then they said that there could be a cost, an estimate up to $925 to bring it up to code.
Oh, so that's not bad. At least you got a water heater, right?
Yeah, we did get the water heater.
Well, that's good news.
But that's the only positive so far out of this story. So he got it installed, and on the estimate that we clicked yes on, up to $925, it said that we would have to bring it up to code, which is fine. If it's got to bring it up to code, bring it up to code. And that they would have to move the gas line. Well, they didn't move the gas line and still charged us for that portion of it. So my wife had told them, you guys didn't move the gas line. She took pictures before, after. It hasn't been moved since 1995. And they said that if we don't pay the bill, which we're willing to pay to bring it up to code, the part of it that they did, the labor for
I get it.
valve they put
so
on
this has nothing to do.
Pay that.
This has nothing to do with American Home Shield warranty. This has to do with the contractor. Who's the contractor?
It's CHS, and I don't know why I'm.
Crown Home
I'm drawing a
Services,
blank.
is it?
What is it again?
Crown?
I'm sorry. Yes. And there's 2 companies in Colorado that go by that name, one in Aurora and then these guys. And they called us and said, the payment is due. And my wife said, fine, what is it? And they said, like $8.50. And she said, but you guys didn't move the gas line.
Well, how much of that part, how much is the gas line? Did they break it down?
They didn't. They wouldn't give us an invoice. They wouldn't give us, they said they don't do invoices.
And they said if you don't pay it, what happens?
Well, this is 7 days later. They sent an email saying, we're putting a lien on your home and we're sending it to collections now.
Okay, so you can fight that. It's a big deal.
Right, so...
I mean, you have proof. You had proof. Or we can call them for you. You have proof they did not move the gas line.
Right.
Absolute proof.
So, yeah, and he actually went in and moved it. I'm sorry, he didn't move it. He went in, he squeezed it behind it, which was fine. I don't care how he gets it in. And when he was leaving, he told my wife, hey, we'll send you the bill if it's anything because you got it in easy peasy.
What's the name of the contractor? What's the name of the contractor? You don't know. Right?
Crown Home Services.
Okay. Well, Crown Home Services, who shall we give this to work on?
I'll send it over to Marty.
Okay. Okay, let's do that.
Hey, real quick on that ticket, I found a really good source, ABC, a local out of Tennessee, out of Memphis, and they did a report on it. It's pretty interesting, and the report's less than 6 months old. In Tennessee, a red light camera is not a moving violation. It doesn't affect your license, and even more interesting, they cannot adversely do anything to your credit report, nor can they apply any points. I don't think it's going to hurt this guy in any which way.
All right. Now, good news for him. Michael with Crown Home Services, about Crown Home Services, what we're going to do is give this to one of our deputies to work because it sounds like they can't charge for something they did not do, whether they want to or not. Now, my question is, why did it have to be moved? Did they even have an inspection done? 303-713-8255.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. 2 for $6, the best deal in fast food.
East of I-25 into downtown Colfax Avenue, we've got a rollover crash at Osage affecting both east and westbound roads. We're seeing heavy congestion in all directions. Otherwise, a pretty easy drive throughout the Denver Metro for the 11 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound, no complaints into and out of downtown. Up on the far northeast end, I-270 eastbound, looking at our normal late morning congestion approaching Vasquez. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today, but warm out there with highs in the upper 60s. Overnight low of 28, and enjoy the warmth while it lasts. Tomorrow we're getting scattered snow showers with a high of 36. Cold temperatures the rest of the week. The current temperature is 61 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
When you want the best deal on the best meal, choose Wendy's 2 for $6. Pick from Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, 10-piece Crispy Nugs, or a medium strawberry lemonade. Pair any 2 for just $6. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $6.
Well, when it comes to criminal defense, I've actually had people ask me, why do you represent Joseph A. Lazara, criminal defense attorney? Are you kidding me? This sounds like people who have never been falsely accused of anything, and it can happen. We had a case where a neighbor accused another neighbor of assaulting him, and it never happened. We had cases where people are pulled over for drunk driving, and they're not drunk. They have another medical condition. There are extenuating circumstances, and there are guilty people. They all deserve representation. Joseph A. Lazara will represent you. Free initial consultations, then flat rate pricing, depending on the offense. Give him a call, Joe Lazara, on a referral list at referralist.com or 303-429-6200. The Art of Granite, right now, call him. You'll get a price on the phone. Describe your job in the kitchen or bath or whatever you want done, a bar, it doesn't matter, and then they'll give you a price, theartofgranite.com. Also, they do not just granite, any natural stone, any man-made or engineered stone. And it's all at cost when it comes to the materials. Then he tears out and hauls away free, and he gives you a free vanity in a bathroom when you have the kitchen done. Give them a call for a great job and great people. 303-386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
Hey.
Okay. Okay, so you probably need to find someone to inspect that. That being said, we're starting with why are they charging you for moving a gas line when they didn't move it? That's going to be our first point to this. Be sure to give Marty that other information or have Rebecca give it to him about what your niece said, and then we will go from there, okay? All right, Michael, then we just ask that one of you, if we get you resolved, one of you come on and tell our listeners how we got you resolved, okay? All right, you haven't? Sweet. All right, man. Well, listen, you have a nice day. Get back to work, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already 20 of 12. Means the show's going fast. My day is going fast.
Oh, wait.
If we make it that far, the last day of the year, the date will be 123-123. Did you know that?
Oh, really? 12,
31,
23.
12/31/23.
12, 1, 2, 3, 31, 20. Oh, wow.
123-123.
It's not as good as my 222-222 birthday.
Nope.
But it'll work. Mark, have you had a chance to look at the tax return stuff?
Not yet.
Ricardo, this is my doctor's note. Where's the doctor's note?
Why do we care about his doctor's note?
Because his doctor would benefit immensely from living in an apartment with a bathtub.
You know what? I would immensely benefit from living in the top floor of the Sears
Get this.
building.
It says have a bathtub would likely cut down on his complaints to the DHA staff and others' complaints about his behavior.
Whoa.
He does have a significant disability.
Yeah.
That's what the doctor's note says?
You should read this, yeah.
Send it to me. I want to read it.
Todd's?
Yeah. Okay, I'll send it to both of you guys.
Was it like, wait, is that akin to Trump's doctor's note? He's in bigly shape. He's
in the best shape.
He's a perfect
They've
specimen
never
of
seen this
health.
Specimen, yep.
He's beautiful.
Check your email.
And smart.
And smart.
Todd, show us on the doll where you'd like to be touched.
Yeah. An iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, waterpros.net. As I said, get out those forever chemicals from your drinking water, under $1,000, fully installed at your sink, all the drinking water you ever want, under $1,000, it's wonderful, waterpros.net. And you should give them a call for the best water systems at the lowest prices, 303-862-5554. I'm a believer in these products and in the person. They believe you have a right to clean water. Waterpros.net. Okay, so, and that's 303-862-5554. We got the letter, didn't we, from
Yeah, I have never
Todd.
seen a doctor's letter like this.
Okay, what does it say?
Wow. To whom it may concern, It is my medical opinion. I'm not going to use this.
Oh, by the way,
name.
I should mention to people just tuning in that Todd called us wanting to get a bathtub, and he only has a shower. He's with Denver Housing Authority. He only pays $200 for a one-bedroom apartment because it's subsidized, and they do not have another one available with a bathtub. They have not refused his case yet, but they suspended it pending an investigation on his entire eligibility for Denver housing to begin with. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, okay, so it's in my medical opinion that Todd would benefit immensely from living in an apartment with a bathtub. Since he was a child, he would partially submerge himself in the bathtub to help calm himself and relax more. He has a lot of mental health and relationship connection issues. Having the bathtub would give him an outlet for his anxiety and a soothing mechanism to help better relate to others. Having a bathtub would likely cut down on his complaints to the DHA staff and other complaints about his behavior. He does have a significant disability. Any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to call.
Don't hesitate to call Aunt Mabel. Okay, so...
Sincerely, Michael E. Russman, M.D.
Wow.
You ever heard a letter like that before?
I mean,
I'm telling you guys, Todd struggles. It's a real disability he has.
No, I'm not making fun of him, but why aren't they listening to him?
Well, because he threatens women.
Okay.
I mean, I understand that he has mental health and relationship problems, just like the doctor's saying. I understand that 100%. But that doesn't mean you can harass women. It just doesn't.
Now, give us a call. Give us a call. We have open lines now at 303-713-TALK.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
I did tell Todd, I said, until you get this sorted out, maybe you should try. Have you ever heard of those weighted blankets for anxiety, Tom? A lot of people use them and they're helpful. He was not even interested at looking at a link on them, which is just baffling to me.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Listen, I found this funny. A comedian.
Well, I don't find it funny.
No,
I mean the guy needs help.
This thing that follows, Mark, I'm saying I find this funny. Sebastian Maniscalco posted this on YouTube, and he said he wanted to take a big, giant risk that could cancel him in his career, and here it goes. Then that's what he said in the intro. Then here it goes.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Now listen to him.
Is that okay? Where's Patrick? Did he do something? Did we dig up something on him? What'd he do? We okay with the color green? Is that all right? Someone get like hopped up if somebody takes out a green crayon? 4-leaf clover, we all right with that? Leprechauns, how about that? The leprechaun's got to go, right? Something wrong with him? The green and the brown beard, someone got a problem with leprechaun? Pot of gold? He shouldn't have a pot of gold because that's what, he's fortunate and he worked hard and he made money, so he's got to give his gold to everybody else. You tell me what I can and cannot say. Aren't you embarrassed?
Ha! Anyway, that's his commentary on whether or not you can say St. Patrick's Day, but it really is a commentary on today. People are really afraid to express themselves, except for Mark. He doesn't give a good crap. But people are really, they calculate before they say something, whether or not they can say it. How do you like living in a world like that? Now, you know, people say, well, Tom, would you rather have rudeness? You know, wouldn't you rather have people who love everyone and are inclusive? First of all, there's no such thing as inclusivity and tolerance. No such thing. Because the people who preach it are the most uninclusive and intolerant. However, I do believe it would be better if everyone loved each other and treated each other with respect In fact,
Kumbaya,
no,
my Lord.
Mark, don't make fun of that. You know, it would be better. It would be better. But the fact that we don't does not mean we should be shielded from reality. Your children should not be shielded from it. Teach them there's hate. Teach them there's exclusivity. Teach them there's inclusivity. Teach them from the cradle up. Teach them, but don't shelter them. You know, I don't want to name this attorney, but he truly disappointed me, and I believe when it all was shaken out, he's a hypocrite. He used to tout himself as the constitutional rights attorney. And he said constitutional rights were not made to protect chocolate chip cookie recipes. What did he mean by that? That no one is going to complain about a chocolate chip cookie recipe. And he was right. It's the controversial stuff that should not be, that the rights should be upheld. Now he was all well and good for many years until one issue, I don't want to mention it, and he decided that, no, that's not a constitutional issue, and then he went woke, in my opinion. But a true constitutional attorney, like, for example, Alan Dershowitz, people hate him right now. He was a well-respected, liberal Jewish person, Jewish attorney. I mention that because he was big in Jewish circles, and he's ultra-liberal, but is absolutely, positively against all of the canceling, all of the censorship, all of the breakdown of free speech and the attack of free speech. So now he's not a hero anymore, because he's truly consistent in his beliefs. We have more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. 2 for $6. The best deal in fast food.
East of I-25, Colfax eastbound, we've got a rollover crash at Osage with stop-and-go traffic back from I-25. Otherwise, a pretty easy drive throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 north and southbound, showing posted speeds into and out of downtown. South of downtown, 6th Avenue eastbound, looking at our normal slowdowns on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Up on the northeast end, I-270 westbound, congestion at Vasquez. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, it's a warm one today with highs in the upper 60s, partly cloudy skies, overnight low of 28. Tomorrow, cooling right back down, chance of scattered snow showers with a high of 36. The current temperature in Denver is 63 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
When you want the best deal on the best meal, choose Wendy's 2 for $6. Pick from Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, 10-piece Crispy Nugs, or a medium strawberry lemonade. Pair any two for just $6. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $6.
Okay, let's talk about the reverse loan thing. People are totally misunderstanding it. Even with interest rates the way they are, there is a benefit to having a reverse loan line of credit, because if you don't use it, it grows like 6 or 7% a year. That's more you can borrow, no matter what your house value does. You need to find out more about an emergency line of credit or just paying off your mortgage. You'll never lose your home if you pay taxes and insurance, and you can actually use the proceeds to do it. Approval Reverse Mortgage. The people we know and love, we use them and refer people to them all the time. 303-771-3528. 771-3528. You know, you may have heard the dissertation by John Fuller on our show about personal injury and how he works cases. Now, let me tell you the significance of that. He is our expert here on the show. Day in and day out, he gives us advice. He gives people advice free of charge. He'll give you advice free of charge. He will talk to you about your case. You're not going to be pawned off to a call center or an assistant. He will talk to you personally about your case, most of the time the first time you call. He'll go over the facts. If you decide to hire him, he works on a percentage fee basis, and you get his cell phone number, and he stays in contact with you. His website is myaccidentlawyer.co, myaccidentlawyer.co, 303-597-4500. That's 303-597-4500. So call, ask him any question you want, get free legal advice, and decide if he's a good fit for you. And you will get personal attention where you're not just a number. 303-597-4500.
Thank you.
I'll be right back.
You do that.
Oh, sure. Newark, sister city.
Oh, come on.
I didn't realize they were scammed. I thought it was some sort of joke to begin. Newark became sister cities with some city that didn't exist. Somebody scammed them into... How the hell does that happen to the Newark City Council? That they decide to become sister city to some place that didn't exist?
I have no idea.
$9346. God bless. Ring.
Here's the headline. Newark becomes sister city to a fake country. They essentially fell for the Nigerian prince email.
That's unbelievable.
Hi, it's the Tom Martino Show. Is this Raymond? Hey, Raymond, you got a few minutes for our live show? Tom wanted to talk to you about this Larry H. Miller problem, see how we could help you out. Okay. Do you want me to call you back right at noon? Okay, I'm going to call you at the 12 p.m. break, okay? And we'll get you in queue. You can talk to Tom, okay? Call you back in a few. Thanks, man. Bye. Whoa, what's that? Oh, it's a 2-second voicemail. Good, I can delete it. I can't understand the frickin' thing she's saying.
If you could give me a call back at 720-688-6689. I'm still having problems with this car that they have given me from other nations, and I would like to know your advice on some of this.
So this is a follow-up.
Hey, Tommy the Mouth, are you back? Yo, Mark the Muscle, Tommy's not back.
All right, 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. We have lines open. It's a great time to call. You got a bad landlord, you got a bad doctor, we don't care who it is. We use the power of the media, as you know, to go after the bad guys. You got a comment as well? You can leave that. 303-713-8255. 303-MARTINO. That number works on and off the air. And you can always email us at help. That's HELP at troubleshooter.com. Man, we've been talking about a lot today. This bank crisis is getting very interesting. I think what the government did, and I just want to put this out there, when they bailed out that one bank in California, by the way, Governor Newsom really was pitching the White House on bailing that bank out. It really makes me wonder if he had personal money or investments in some of these banks. I have no idea. I'm just throwing that out. But the other thing is, I think they basically just federalized. I think when they bailed out everything over the $250,000 in deposits, I think what the feds were saying is we're going to federalize the banks. Think about what I'm saying. So no bank could ever fail. They're not coming out and actually saying that, but it's very interesting how they are bailing one out. So do you think if another one fails, you think they wouldn't bail that out? I think they're trying to send the message, look, no matter how much money you have in the bank, over $250,000, you're still going to be able to get your money out. Period, end of story. But I have no idea. But that's how I took it. I mean, do you get nervous at this point? I went in and bought some bank stocks today. It could have been the worst decision I ever did, but I bought some Bank of America. I mean, it seems like a bargain right now. I was day trading one the other day. I forget the symbol on it, but I did pretty good on that yesterday. But if I held it overnight, my God, it would have been about $8 less than what I sold it for yesterday when I bought it in the morning. It's pretty crazy what's going on. I think Biden's coming on pretty soon to hopefully talk about the stock market. I mean, we're down, what, between 500 and 700 points so far today. It's going back and forth. Was that Tommy?
Yeah, I'm back. So,
what do you think, man?
About what?
Well, I mean, the banking right now, and then and how it's going to be handled. I think they came out and basically, when they bailed that one bank out, or at least the depositors, I'm not talking about the investments, all the businesses and individuals that had over 250, they're going to be allowed to take that money, even though it's not there. My point is, I think they federalized the banks by setting that in motion.
You know, the problem, Mark, I've said before,
it's
perception.
The same thing Obama did. It's like Obama again and again.
Perception.
Let's bail the banks.
It's perception. When it happens, it's going to keep happening, and people are going to be reacting out of fear. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Thank you.
Receive payment.
You've heard our jingle, and have you tried our cereal? This is your chance to get your hands on a free box of
Troubleshooter Show. What is your first name?
Hi, I'm Peter Harris for Greatberry, and I'm
You said Leslie? Hi, Leslie. In a sentence or less, what would you like to talk to Tom about on the show today?
starts with lower sugar than most cereals. We use only whole grain to help slow sugar absorption, making it great for managing diabetes.
Oh, SOS. I can give that to you. That's all you need. He's such a good guy. I need to catch up with him and see how he's doing. Let's see here. Inspection. Thinking about buying a car or something? Oh, cool, cool, cool. He can come out and give it the once-over. It's such a detailed report, Leslie. You're going to die. You know what I mean? So he is so thorough. He is so thorough. Got a pen? I'll give you his number. Sure, 720-940-4752. Most welcome. Call me anytime, okay? Okay. You too. Bye, miss. Oop. Troubleshooter Show. What's your first name? Alfredo, in a sentence or less, what did you want to talk to Tom about on the show today? What's the name of the attorney?
Terrible audio.
Okay, hang tight. Listen to the phone. When you hear your name, come on and tell Tom what your questions are. Da-da-da. 412 9346. Perfect. Four 412. Now it's all busy.
Investment fraud was the most profitable to criminals at $3.3 billion in 2022.
Raymond? Martino show here. Are you ready? I'm going to get you in queue so you can come on and talk to Tom in a few minutes. Awesome sauce. Listen to the phone. When you hear your name, come on and tell Tom what's going on, Raymond.
Look at your, I am, babe.
I am.
I'm just testing something. Nope. Interesting.
What are you testing?
I'm not, I can't, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh. Oh.
A little loud.
Online web page. I have 5 jobs. Da, 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 da.
Okay, so vMix has to have that.
Yes.
You were nervous? Okay. No, I get it. Yeah.
Sorry.
What was that?
Oh, I'm just looking at something here.
Oh.
I was deep in thought, trying to solve the world's problems. Then that hit. Now I'm completely. I got to start all over.
Okay. Now, you know, Mark, we're going to head into a banking crisis.
I create something clever.
Yeah, it's getting crazy, man.
It's really scary. And what are you going to do? What are you doing about it?
Most of my stuff's Ameritrade. You know what made me really curious, though, is that big line of credit I have. I wonder how something like that could get affected.
What's that?
Like on the all-in-one loan. I just wonder if there could be any effect on that. Like if CMG or whatever bank was to fail and you have an open line of credit, I mean, that's that. But when it's tied to a mortgage, I wonder how that works.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Well, I know how it affected me at one time. during the recession. I had one, and they froze it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird like that. I mean, I owe nothing on it, but the availability of fast cash is crazy.
Number, send company accountant's copy, import changes. Okay. God, I hate taxes.
But I don't have over 250 in any individual account.
It's not by account. It's by social security number.
Yeah, yeah. And it's also by bank. You can have them in different banks.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. If you had 2 accounts in a bank, 2 checking accounts under that social, it's still 250.
Correct.
But Ameritrade and stuff like that, 401ks, those are well, they're supposed to be. Who knows what is and what isn't insulated accounts where it's not affected. It's your own account.
All right, 15 seconds, guys.
Radio app is so simple to use, even a president can do it.
Check 1. Am I recording?
The iHeartRadio app.
Is it on?
Keeping you connected to 630 KHAL, Denver's talk station.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Here to help you solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints, as we do each and every day. So let's go to the phones. When you have a call, we will take it and then talk about consumer issues in between. Right now, the thing scaring us is the banking situation, not because banks are in trouble, but because the government always sounds an alarm when they go in and take over banks. They often do that to hide the fact that the FDIC is weak and they don't want a nationwide depression. It's, by the way, not this president, nor the previous president, nor the previous president. The FDIC is a failed model, and it's just really a house of cards. So when people get the perception that banks are failing, they're going to start moving money around, and it's going to be devastating. So get ready. Raymond, what's going on with you, Raymond? What's happening?
Good afternoon, Tom. My stepdaughter bought a 2018 Nissan Rogue from Echo Park. When she purchased it, she got the extended warranty on it.
Yeah, what year was it?
3 months. It was she purchased it from Echo Park. It's a 2018 Nissan Rogue.
Okay.
3 months after she purchased it, she was having trouble with the transmission. So we took it to Larry H. Miller Nissan on 104th, and they took it in to troubleshoot it. The lady there that took it in is Yvonne Deere. She's really a nice lady. This was on the 10th of January when we took this vehicle in. They've had this vehicle there until today. We went and picked it up today. They did not get it fixed. The problem seems to be that it's not giving the code for the transmission, and for the manufacturer to honor the warranty on it, they need to be able to tell that code's up. Well, Yvonne apparently did some kind of video, but they didn't accept it.
Now, hold on. So they're saying that when they put it on a computer, there is no code.
Right.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
But the dealership...
Hold on. What are the symptoms? In other words, what made her bring it in to begin with?
It's making a very loud whining noise from the transmission area.
Okay, and does it make a loud whining noise when these guys drive it?
Yes, yes.
But they're saying it's not a problem because we don't see a code.
Right, but they kept it there. They were doing videos. They said they could take a video and send it to the manufacturer, and they would accept that. But the video that they sent, apparently the hood was open, and that wasn't acceptable. So it's since the 10th of January, this has been going on. And Yvonne's telling us...
How many miles on this?
I think it's like 38. It's low mileage. That's why the manufacturer's warranty is still in effect.
Wait.
But we asked them.
Wait. The manufacturer's warranty is still in effect. No, it's not. Not 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. No, it isn't.
Well, that's what the Vaughn told us, that we would have to go to the manufacturers with those trans.
Hold on, it is. It is the powertrain is the basic is 3-year 36. The powertrain, which this could be, is 5-year 60,000 miles.
Does that go to a second owner?
I don't know.
That must be correct.
I don't know. It doesn't say, but let's see. I don't know.
I found the booklet on it. Let me see here. 36 months, 36,000 miles, 60.
I'm looking at it too, yeah.
I'm trying to find if it's transferable. I'm going to look a different way.
But here's the deal. You have an extended warranty anyway, right?
Right, that we purchased through Echo Park.
So why doesn't it help you or not?
Well, the Vaughn is saying that we have to use the manufacturer's warranty first.
Yeah, but if they won't, okay, but so the manufacturer's warranty won't fix it. So now what?
So now we should be able to use the one we purchased from Echo Park, is what I'm thinking. But she's saying no, and she basically told us, go ahead and take the vehicle and drive it till it breaks down all the way, and then you could bring it back in. And to me, that's unacceptable, because if this thing breaks down on the highway somewhere, then I got to tow it, and I got to go through all that kind of crazy stuff. I just don't understand why they can't just fix it at Larry H. Miller and get it done with.
Because they suck. That's why.
It does look like it's transferable, though.
They're just not going to do it. That's it. They're not going to do it. So now what do we do? That's the point. So right now, though, I want to get Jeff Vick on the phone and ask him about this, because he sees all kinds of cars at Kimmer Transmission, and ask his opinion on this one before we start going crazy, and then figure out what's wrong with it. Maybe he'll have a good answer for it. And then we'll take it one step at a time. We'll give this to Deputy Doc to call them and see what's going on. But first, let's call Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission, and get his lowdown on it and see what he thinks. 303-713-8255. And by the way, just so you know, people have been calling in about things, and I want you to be aware of Crown Home Services being sent out to homes by American Home Shield Warranty, apparently charging for things they have not done. We are investigating that. Also, we talked about red light tickets and how enforceable they are. Again, all red light tickets, shouldn't say red light tickets, all camera tickets. Camera tickets are accusations. They're not foregone conclusions. You do not have to pay them, and you do not have to do anything with them. It's a collection notice, unless you want to. Nothing can happen to you for not paying them until they serve you to go to court. At that point, you either go to court or you pay it. If you don't go to court or pay it, you can be in contempt of court.
And some places they can actually serve you by mail, but not many.
Not many, but it has to be a law that's passed. In other words, some municipalities have made it non-something or other, non-moving or non-criminal, and they made it so they can serve you by mail. If that's your case, I want you to...
How many have you gotten in Greenwood Village over the years?
25 maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm right in there with you. How many have you paid?
0. They've never served me. But one in Denver, they served me. One. And
then you paid it.
Yeah. One. Is that amazing? They served right away. And I kind of think there was something weird about it, because when she served me, she said she was a really nice policewoman. She said, or server, process server. She says, so she was in uniform. So now you're going to tell people you were actually served? And that led me to believe that she had heard me talk about how I'm never served.
I bet it did.
And I get away with it. 303-713-8255. So let's talk about this and more. And we will get Jeff Vick to talk about this transmission in a whining sound right after this.
Slow drains lead to messy backups. Get help from Plumline Services. Just $93 or free. It's a plumb crazy deal. If they can't clear your drains for just $93, the call is
All right, coming up next, Tom, you got just over 10 seconds.
report, or just call for a free second opinion on any drain estimate from the people with faith and ethics, putting honesty first. Service at home, servants at heart. PlumlineServices.com. That's PlumlineServices.com.
Fix It 24/7 has a really straightforward way of doing business. The people I trust in my home for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, they will come out to your house for $39 flat rate. And by the way, that can be free, and I'll tell you how. For $39, they'll find any problem. They'll give you a full written proposal on what it is and how to fix it. And for $39, you get that diagnostic. If you have the work done, you don't even pay the $39. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. Harris Family Law has now free, live, and archived webinars on all topics family law. This is really important because you want to know where you stand on any issue, from collecting child support to what's called gray divorces, separations, custody, all kinds of divorce issues. Go for free access to these informative webinars. HarrisFamilyLaw.com/webinars, and either catch a live one or look at the archived ones. HarrisFamilyLaw.com/webinars. In speaking of webinars, how about a live seminar? That's what BecomeTheBanker.info is offering. A way to get out of the stock market, a way to protect your investments, a way to get written guarantees on investments, never to lose principal or gain. BecomeTheBanker.info. Excuse me. March 28th is the first one, then they have one the following Saturday. To find out more, go to BecomeTheBanker.info.
Hey, it's Suze with Martino. You got a minute for a call? Okay, it's a whining transmission on a 2018 Nissan Rogue. Thanks for your time. Hang on, Jeff. Troubleshooter show. Please hold a minute. Please hold a minute. Troubleshooter show. What's your first name? Patricia, in a sentence or less, what did you want to talk to Tom about on the show today? Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay, what was your situation regarding? Let's talk about it. Hang tight. Listen to the phone.
How much time? Oh, never mind. How much time do I have?
3 minutes.
All right, hold on. Thank you.
Troubleshooter Show, what's your first name? And that is another idea as well. We were just getting some expert advice from our transmission expert first. Thank you. Bye. Somebody better be showing up for the show. I'll try if they don't. But usually it's I freeze like, oh my God. You know, wouldn't even know what to say, but I'll try it.
Super easy.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
We got Jeff Vick on the line. He's
Hey.
ready to talk to our guy Raymond about his
Yes.
car.
And
Pull
my
them both up, let them go.
And my consumer issue, Tom and Mark aren't there. Help. Who do I call?
Just give it to the experts. Like, hey.
Making me nervous, these people.
Nah.
What I'll do is I'll bring up the caller and say, hey, can you just describe that noise again for our expert?
I'm back.
Oh, God, thank you, goodness. I was all prepping what I was going to say if you two weren't there. Because Mark's not there.
Where is he?
I don't know. I'm dying to tell him that Dima brought in a 3-foot deer leg into our house.
Oh, God, when?
10 seconds.
Just a few minutes ago.
Studios.
Little bitch.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi. Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. Let's talk to, speaking of this problem, let's talk to Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. Now, Jeff, from what I'm reading, Nissan Rogues are very susceptible to whining noise if the fluid just gets a little low. But if you don't service it properly, that permanent noise could be from worn out stuff. Is that usually the cause of these? Raymond, his daughter, I think it was Raymond, right? Your daughter?
Yes.
Bought this car from Larry H. Miller. It's a 2018. 38,000 miles. It's got an extended warranty plus a drivetrain warranty still in effect. It's making a loud whining noise, but nothing is showing up on the computer. What does that mean, Jeff?
Well, a noise typically won't set a trouble code. They're usually going to be because of sensor information where they recognize a slip or some data's missing or something to that effect in order to prompt a code. A noise will not set off a code.
Okay. So
I mean, the
why is it having? Why is there a loud whining noise? I mean, most of the time.
Well, that could be any number of things, but that low of miles, I mean, the CVTs in general were a little bit more noisy on those, but you really have to. It depends on when it's doing it and how it. Does it crawl with the engine speed? Does it go with the vehicle speed? So on and so forth.
Do you know any of that, Ray?
No, but this is what I'm thinking is they kept it since the 10th of January. They've had this vehicle. They've been they obviously think something's wrong with it. That's why they kept it all this time. And but they never.
No, that's actually not true, Ray. It could have sat there.
No?
I hate telling you that, but that's the truth.
Well, we've been in contact with Yvonne over there, and she's been telling us that she's been trying to get this so that manufacturers would take care of this, and then they could go ahead and repair it. So apparently they know what the problem is, but because the code doesn't show, the manufacturer doesn't want to honor the warranty.
No,
so
that doesn't make sense either, though. The manufacturer is fully aware that they can have failures without codes. They're pretty sticklers on noise complaints, especially when it comes to the CVTs, about how they have to put their information in, how they'll typically have to send some sort of video or something. They can't be on a rack. They'll automatically condemn it right there. You've got to do it on the road. So typically you use something like a wireless chassis ear where you can turn probes on and off while you're driving down the road, and you can recognize it coming through the amplifiers.
Apparently that's what she was doing. She was taking videos to turn into the manufacturer, but they wouldn't accept it. So I don't understand what to do at this point.
Yeah, you need another advocate inside that dealership to fight for you. If they're agreeing that, yes, indeed, it's a transmission issue, I mean, if the technicians there have identified there is a problem inside this transmission, then somebody needs to put the gloves on and start hitting somebody.
Yeah, that's all.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. The main problem, they're not going to, if they don't know now, they're not going to know. You need to take it to someone like Jeff Vick, whether it's under warranty or not, somebody who can diagnose it. Then, if it is something covered, go get it fixed. But they may not be able to diagnose it because they're idiots. It's the truth. Okay. It's the truth.
Yeah, well, they've kept it for all this time. That's a long time to have a vehicle, and to me, to turn it back loose to us without repairing it, that just doesn't seem right.
So, anyway, what are you doing now? Are you going to get the car? Is it drivable?
Well, they had us pick it up this morning, and we drove it here to Fort Lupton, where I live. But it makes the noise, and we're worried about driving it anywhere, because what if it breaks down on the highway somewhere? Then we're kind of messed up with that. So we're leery about driving it anywhere because it's not dependable.
So, Jeff, would you be able to diagnose that?
Yeah. Yes, we certainly could.
Well, Ray, you got to make up your mind, because we can't do magic here on the Troubleshooter Show, although we've tried before. It's failed miserably. So you take your car.
All these manufacturers.
We can recommend good. Go ahead, Jeff.
Sorry. All these manufacturers have been tightening the belt as far as, following through with warranty right now. I just had a big fight with a different manufacturer, but over a similar sort of deal.
So my question for you then is, do you think the manufacturer will ever cover this, or am I going to have to be out of pocket to get this thing done? And even then, I shouldn't have to, because I have the Echo Park extended warranty, which I don't understand why Larry Miller wouldn't just honor that and use that. It had a $100 deductible on that. We could have just had it fixed with that warranty and just forgot about the manufacturer's warranty, but they just shoved it out the door to us. So after 3 months,
if the manufacturer is saying that's not something that's under warranty, then that extended warranty wouldn't cover it either, because it's going to cover the same types of failures that you would see through your drivetrain warranty. So if they're saying, no, this is not a warrantable item, then you can go through that one through Echo Park, and they're also going to say, no, this is not a warrantable item. You need to prove that it is.
Okay. So both warranties aren't going to do me any good. It's going to have to be diagnosed that it is the problem, and then they would accept the problem, and then they'll fix it at that point, right?
You got to get somebody to give you a nod.
All right, now.
Okay, I guess you're the guy.
Here's the deal. Get it somewhere. You can always go back and get it fixed. Jeff has often been paid for a diagnostic, and then somebody says, well, now I can get it covered. So that's what happens. So listen, we have more on this banking information that I really want to talk about. Folks, I don't want you to panic and make a run on the bank, because banks are healthy. They really are, okay? They really are. So I'm not trying to make it sound like they're not. The thing that is unhealthy is how our administration, and by the way, it's not just this administration, okay? I'm not blaming Democrats. The Republicans did exactly the same thing. They have no choice. The FDIC does not have enough money to insure accounts across the board, not even a small portion across the board. So the FDIC overreacts to banks, and therefore, because they don't want to get into a situation where the bank fails if they can help it to be purchased or taken over. If they do take over a bank, it's because they know they can insure those deposits. What they're not prepared for are when people lose faith in the banking system. Trust me, I have personal and intimate knowledge of this, having gone through this recession in 2008. I promise you, I've talked to them. And in fact, many times the FDIC will call a bank unhealthy. See, they become their own self-fulfilling prophecy of catastrophe by declaring banks weak when they're not. And they declare them weak because they think they're doing themselves a favor by shoring them up. They're not. Now, what I mean is this. You think you're insured for $250,000 per account. You're not. It's per owner. Okay? You are not insured separately on each account. You need to know that. People think they break them up into $250,000 increments. But technically, you need to have different banks for each $250,000 you have. I'm serious. It is a scary, scary thing, but it's the truth. It is absolutely the truth. So if you think, oh, I got several accounts, if you have more than $250,000 in an account, and then you open up another account and you alter your name, it doesn't change things, people. It doesn't change things. You're a single owner. And this is the biggest myth people have. So it says, if my bank is FDI insured, every product account I have there is protected. This is a Q&A. Just because your bank is FDIC insured, and some of your accounts are protected, doesn't mean that every dollar you have will be protected. Keep in mind, it's limited to one owner. So although your checking and saving account might be protected, your other investments are not. By the way, all of your investment accounts are not protected. They're not savings accounts. However, in some cases, you're better off in an Ameritrade or something because there's not much failure when it comes to that. It's just a holding place. They don't loan out your money. So now, listen to this. There's a continuation of a myth that if I have 3 accounts, I can name them differently. Let's talk about that coming up. And look, I'm not trying to scare you. I just want you to have accurate information, just like Frank Duran wants you to have when it comes to real estate. He'll tell you what your house will sell for based on his vast experience. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. It's a free analysis. Take him up on it. 303-920-1622.
This is Denver's Talk Station
really
with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon, 6:30, KHOW, Denver.
Do you know? Are you there, Mark? Oh, no.
Now, Impact.
Hang on, we got spots here coming up in a minute.
Sponsored by Jackson Hewitt.
Heading west out of downtown 6th Avenue, westbound at Federal, we've got a crash with stop-and-go traffic back from I-25. Otherwise, a pretty standard drive throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 northbound, brief slowdowns between Alameda and Colfax. Southbound I-25, no complaints from one end of town to the other. Up on the northeast end of town, I-270 westbound, looking at our normal late morning slowdowns approaching Vasquez. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies today with a high of 67 degrees. Overnight low of 28, and with that becomes scattered snow showers with a high of 36 tomorrow. Cold the rest of the week. The current temperature in Denver, 65 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
When it comes
10 seconds, Tom.
biggest, as in Jackson Hewitt guarantees your biggest refund or your money back, plus $100. Get to Jackson Hewitt for your biggest refund, guaranteed.
Boonstra Excavation. Yeah, it's a funny name in my opinion. It's a cool name. They specialize in septic systems. Do you know septic systems right now are very high tech, the newer ones? and they have good technology. The older ones, not so much, but either way, if you have an old one or a new one, they can service it, they can fix it, they can repair it, they can install from scratch. 970-278-6151. The Septic Experts. 970-278-6151. 20% off all products and services. SepticColorado.com. Now, speaking of experts, let's talk about personal injury. Truly, if you're injured in an accident, the last thing you want to do is be a number. You don't want to be behind the big cases. You want to have your case work. And as John Fuller puts it, you never really know what the big cases will be, so he works every single case the same way. And what he does is he takes only as many cases as he can personally work. That's his pledge to you. So you can call him and get an analysis of your case from him directly. If you decide it's a good fit, he works on a percentage fee basis. John Fuller, Fuller Law, where you will get his personal cell phone number and be handled personally through the entire process by John Fuller. 303-597-4500. Call. You'll notice the difference, even if you're going to make other phone calls. 303-597-4500. myaccidentlawyer.co.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
Raymond's problem, you want to go to Deputy Doc, and what does he need to do with that? The Nissan Rogue? I don't know if he heard me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, are you going to answer? What did you want Deputy Doc to do with that Nissan Rogue one? I just wanted to explain to him.
Oh.
The Larry H. Miller?
Really, at this point, really, you know what? They can't. There's nothing at this point. Here's why. He's got to take it somewhere. He has to first take it somewhere else.
Okay.
And then what he has to do is get an opinion and then let us know. And I recommend Jeff Vick, and if he can't do it, find somebody he trusts.
Okay, I'll tell him that. Mark?
Yeah?
Dima brought in a fresh 3-foot deer leg into the house. Miles called me like gagging, about to throw up. He sent a picture, and it's from the backyard.
He better have got it out.
Yeah, I told him to put it outside. I'm just saying we might have a dead deer in the backyard.
I'm sure we do.
We're going to have to deal with that. Ugh. So gross. Glad I'm a girl. Glad I give birth instead of clean up dead deer. You should see the leg, too. It was right on my yoga mat.
Did you send me a picture?
I was going to send it to you.
Damn it.
It's gross looking.
It's chainsaw time.
Ugh.
Nah.
Maybe Dragon can come over and help.
It is. How else do you think you get rid of them?
Ugh.
I was just going to throw it over the neighbor's fence.
Yeah?
Our neighbors would notice.
Yeah, they'd notice that pretty quick. Then
Check.
there'd be 4 of them in my yard.
Check your text. Miles is like, it's bloody and everything. He was like barfing on the phone.
Oh, that ain't bad. That's old.
That ain't, he says it's blood, fresh blood.
Oh, yeah. Shit, you're right.
Yeah, look at that.
God damn it. And she ate probably...
She's going to be sick. We probably need to put him in the laundry room for the next week.
It was delicious.
Damn it.
Oh, he
You're
was
right.
so grossed out. He said he threw it down the stairs and it's by the hot tub now. That's our son.
Yep.
God dang it.
How much do you think that bad boy weighs? That looks like a grown adult leg.
We got to get this handled quick. This is no joke.
Yeah,
we
I
can't
know.
let the dogs out.
I know. It's going to make him sick.
Now, where did he get it? Where did she get
From
it?
our backyard.
Somewhere in our yard.
Do I have a picture anywhere?
You want to see it?
The whole thing.
I'll
I
send it to you,
guarantee the
Tommy.
whole deer's
Do it on
there.
my, you can, yeah, let's do it.
It is. Look
Check
at
your
that paw,
text,
too.
Tommy.
It's
It's
fresh.
disgusting.
Or that hoof.
Delicious.
Dragon says it's delicious.
Oh, good. I'll bring it in for him. You got
Along
a
with
pickup
the
truck?
rest.
Yeah, send it to him. Zoom in on it, Tom. You can tell it's fresh.
And then Miles is like, right on your yoga mat, Mom.
It was probably something.
New yoga mat time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, there you go.
How did he not see her carrying that in?
He did see her. Well, I'm sure he let her in. Oh, he said Nico came in acting weird, and then she just runs in with it.
Shit.
All right, 10 seconds, guys.
Put it.
Dan Blair for the peak of financial advice. Learn how to protect your lifestyle. Saturdays at noon here on 630 KHOW. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. So you have a YouTube question, you said, Suze?
Yeah, that's right. Someone is asking, will you ask Tom if the NCUSIF is safer than the FDIC?
And I don't know the answer to that. I was looking it up, but I don't know the answer. And that's something we're going to have to get an expert on. But, Suze, here's what I'm thinking. For the next hour, I'd like to get someone from either APO Financial or Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies or someone. I want to start with them. And I want to ask, start with Retirement Planning Center and then go to APO, or do both. I don't care. But ask them specifically, do they know about FDIC protection and how accounts have to be titled in order to be protected? Okay? Because
Got it.
There is a myth here. Now, anyone we know, by the way, and it doesn't have to be, it could even be Atlas or Mallory. It could be anyone in the financial game. Because here's the deal. Is each account insured separately? Let's say you have a joint checking account, then you have two separate savings accounts, and a money market account. If the bank goes under, those categories are taken into consideration. But the two single savings accounts and the individual money market, they're all singly owned by you. Now, this is not to say you can have entities or not, so hold on. This coverage is calculated per depositor, per institution, not per account. So how would you get around that? Some people say, well, do an LLC. But if it's a wholly owned LLC, is that the answer? We need to start getting some legal questions here because, you know, Mark, it's not impossible for people to have more than $250,000 in retirement in different accounts. I don't know, maybe not. But so you would have $250,000 in FDIC protection for all three combined under the same name. But here's something interesting. If you have a joint checking account, you may have coverage for $250,000. It would receive FDIC coverage up to the allowed limit of $250,000 per co-owner. So a joint account could be $500,000 in protection. So FDI ownership categorizes single accounts, joint accounts, and some retirement accounts as different kinds of accounts. So really, this is something that there is no clear answer for, and we need to get one, especially since there have been banks failing. And not because banks are in trouble. I do not see. This is weird. I don't want to spread panic and say, oh, the banks are falling, because they're not, except perception could make that happen like it did in 2008. It was more perceptionomics.
They took a lot of beatings. These banks, I think I was reading that Bank of America took such a beating in the bond market, it's unbelievable right now. I'm not saying they're in trouble. In fact, they're probably one of the solid ones out there, in my opinion. But, I mean, they took a beating in the bond market. All these banks have, because the Feds rose these rates so quick, and bonds have gone to hell.
John has a comment. Go ahead, John. What is your comment?
Yeah, Tom, I checked with two banks because I'm a little over 250, and as long as I've got joint accounts, husband and wife, that's 500,000.
That's
and
right.
Also, even if you have a beneficiary or a POD paid on death, and you've got those listed, they're going to be covered as well.
Okay, John, that's not true.
So I went to
John,
two banks.
so you're telling me, hold on, you're telling me, this is what you're telling me. If you and your wife are on the account jointly and you have a POD for 2 kids, you think each and every owner will have $250,000?
I don't know about that, but if you got a joint account, husband and wife, or if you have a single account owner and you have a POD with, say, 1 or 2 beneficiaries, they're covered up to $500,000.
Okay, John, you're getting bum information, in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. Now, I think you are. I'm not positive, but here's why. In my belief, you are not an owner of a POD account. What does it mean, POD? What does that mean?
Paid on death.
That's right. It means actually ownership on death. So, really, I will guarantee you, no, I can't guarantee you, I have a sneaky feeling that the federal government would call a POD owner an owner of the future. That's just my feeling. Now, as far as a joint account, I think you are correct. So here's what I want to know, John. What if I want to protect a lot of money, theoretically? Can I have 3 people on the account and they each have $250? I wonder.
I don't know about
Well, let's find out. There's got to be someone who knows this. And so we got to find out. We need an FDIC expert because people are starting to ask questions. And, John, I really appreciate the call. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Denver Regenerative Medicine is using stem cell therapy to grow hair. By the way, you can get a free consultation with a stem cell doc. I did it yesterday with denverregen.com, and I did it for another reason. I'm talking about stem cell, but they do hair regrowth, absolutely hair regrowth, especially if you just need thickening and it's thinning. 833-STEM-GEN for a free conversation with a stem cell doc, 833-STEM-GEN.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Some slow driving into downtown this afternoon. I-25 northbound showing speeds in the 20s and 30s between Alameda and Colfax. West of there, 6th Avenue westbound looks like we've got some construction approaching Federal with slow traffic back from I-25. Otherwise, a pretty easy drive throughout town. Up on the northeast end, slow driving I-270 westbound approaching Vasquez, though nothing too out of the ordinary there. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, cloudy out there today, but warm with highs in the upper 60s. Overnight low of 28. Tomorrow, scattered snow showers, cooling right down with a high of 36. Friday, high of 40. The current temperature in Denver is a nice 68 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earn doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
All right, if you are looking for window coverings made in the shade, remember that. It's a cool name, right? They have soft goods, curtains and drapes and valances, and then they have hard goods, which are the shutters and the shade. Well, shades are kind of in between, right? And whatever you need, they have. Let's just put it that way, made in the shade. They also have a design expert to help you order. They have in-house installers, and they measure and estimate for free. 720-458-6566. 720-458-6566. Made in the shade. Google them or look them up at referralist.com. Hey, the best water heaters, well, the best water heater deals for sure, and great water heaters A.O. Smith or Ream for just $12.99 fully installed. That's right. EuroPlumbingColorado.net will get you the best water heater deal. EuroPlumbingColorado.net, $12.99 for a 40-gallon tank fully installed, the old one taken out. Boom. Hey, here's the other one. $13.99 for a 50-gallon. And even if you want a constant flow heater or another kind of water heater, they are priding themselves as having the lowest prices in water heaters. 303-668-6844. 303-668-6844, EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Now, what if your water heater broke over the years? Or another pipe? Or a flood? Or you have a fire? Any kind of catastrophe? Even a meth lab at a rental? Whatever it is, unattended death. American Restoration can help you. American Restoration 24/7. Don't let your insurance company pick the company. You pick the company. And you can pick American Restoration. You're free to do that. Your insurance company has to pay if you're covered. American Restoration 24/7, the experts with EPA certifications and all the professional certifications to get the job done right, to mitigate dangerous substances, and then to help you rebuild if you want them to. They'll do as little or as much as you want. You're in control. 8337-AM-REST. That's for American Restoration. 8337-AM-REST or amrest247.com.
Okay.
How much time?
I'm almost
4 minutes. 4 minutes.
Thanks. Yeah, let's try to get somebody sued the best we can.
Okay, I'm waiting to hear from somebody. Also, Deputy Gearhead has an Deputy Gearhead has an update on a call, the one with Ken's friend. So I'm going to get him on for an update. Okay. I don't see anything. Oh.
I need the URL.
The URL.
Go to your channel.
Okay.
Change to you.
Well, I created my own URL when they gave everybody the option, but okay. Okay, now where?
Go to your channel.
I am at my channel.
No, you're not.
Oh, you mean
Your
my channel? Yep, that's my channel.
I need this up here.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Copy. Same.
There we go.
Is that what you needed?
Yeah, now when you're yourself, you don't have to switch once that other issue's figured out.
Wait, are you saying you need me to switch?
No. I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
We might end up driving up Friday.
Up to Nebraska?
Yeah, because that's the only time. Well, ask him, is he working that Friday or not?
I think he is. Let me just look at his calendar. He said he was going to get better at his calendar. Let me start there.
Gosh,
I've got inland trucking, so he'd have to come in studio. His car is in the shop that day.
Who? What?
Tommy on his calendar. He has his car in the shop on the 23rd and 24th. But why are you saying we'll have to...
Because he's got to sign the lease to get the keys. But what I need to know is Miles going to be... Can he leave Friday or not?
Oh, God, I'll ask him. Oh, they're dropping it something at Michael's Auto Body. Okay. Deputy Ken. Okay, I need to call him. I thought he e-signed the lease. Hey, Tom. Hey, babe. Or son. Sorry. Hey, son. Look, we think we're going to have to go out Friday to Nebraska. Dad's saying you might need to ask about that because you got to sign the lease before they'll give us keys.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
so- Hang on.
No,
I
no,
thought
no.
he e-signed the lease.
Well, I think they would give that option if they had it. I'll ask that
Hang on,
question.
son.
But we can pick the keys up Saturday, but it's going to have to be before their 3 o'clock their time.
Okay, or we can pick the keys up on Saturday, but then we're leaving
15 seconds, Tom.
stupid ass early.
Should a woman in Colorado who's in the middle of a chemical abortion have the right to change her mind? Of course she should. But the Colorado Democrats say no. They're trying to block her access to the abortion reversal pill. Let's talk about how we can stand up for a woman's right to choose life.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Next hour, we're going to go over FDIC and protection you have at banks or not. If you have everything in one bank, it's going to be bad news. I just know it. But I am reading about beneficiaries. There's more coverage than I thought. And you can call us if you have any knowledge of FDIC titling. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. It is my sincere hope and prayer that people do not panic because of what's happening with a couple banks. The problem is with the way news media, social media, and everybody is, even me talking about FDIC coverage to give you accurate information, can cause people to have a perception that we're in a weakened state. Sometimes leadership can do that on either side. The point is, it could be a dangerous thing. Now, there is insurance up to $750,000 with certain beneficiaries. We'll talk about that. So you better hang on to find out more on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-8255.
Was comment on banking? Was that you that put that there? Or no,
I
that was me?
deleted it because he was
Oh,
gone.
you know why? It's still showing and it just shows your name because you didn't tab
'cause I
out.
didn't tab out, yeah.
So I was like,
I'm walking away for a
Troubleshooter
minute.
Show, what is your first
Hey,
name?
Dragon, bring us off YouTube for a second. I got to talk to Tom.
Hey,
What is
can
it,
you
Mark?
help us answer some questions,
you-
man?
What, Mark?
Great, awesome. Tom's gonna love that. Hang on, case
in order
wealth
to talk to
management, and your
Tom, it
last
goes
name's
over the
Romero.
What,
correct?
Mark? What do you need?
Oh,
Hang on,
I'm going to
Don't
text
count me.
you.
Thanks
You want to
for
call
calling
me?
in, man.
Call me.
This is
Yeah, I'll call
perfect.
you real
This
quick,
is when
yeah.
we want you to call
Yeah,
in.
there's
So hang
no
on.
separation there.
I got you.
Hey, Tom.
He's going.
Oh.
Yeah, Suze. What? Suze?
Our new referral list member, Case Wealth Management, was listening and wants
Good.
to talk about the banking stuff.
Excellent.
Okay, so I've got him on. Okay. I gotta go find out from Mark what's going on. Ken? Hey, Deputy Gearhead's going to come on and update that case for your friend. Do I need to call your friend, or can I get you on to recap the problem? Okay, can you just... Okay, all right, I'll do that. Thanks. Bye. Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name? Joe, in a sentence or less, what would you like to talk to Tom about on the show today? Oh, okay. Okay, do you want to come on and give this to Tom? Okay, and we have an expert on as well, so I'll do my best to relay that. Okay, I will let him know that. Thank you so much. You have a really good day. Bye. Dad said you officially got apartment 23 minutes ago. Didn't you put your deposit down? Referral list, Casewell. Alan Romero. 303-589-7274. Five 897-274. Case Wealth Management. Perfection. Renters insurance. You have badass fiber optic.
Hey, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Text me. Here, I'll put it on. I am.
Right. Electric company. Okay, I will.
It's weird when you're. I feel like people are always listening to us.
Yeah, when it's like you're trying to be secretive, but you're not. You just.
I feel like we're being eavesdropped on.
By weirdo YouTubies.
I'll tell you who's got something.
Teasing.
I'll tell you who's got something coming to him.
Who?
JD from the road.
JR from the road? He calls all the time.
Yep.
He was the one.
He's got something.
Mark, he was the
coming.
one who wanted to sell those whatever quarters that came out. He wanted us to sell those quarters.
10 seconds.
I forget.
Meet. Join us weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. right here on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. In fact, I dare you. I triple dog dare you to find another show like this. You know what? Go after the bad guys every single day. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. Maybe someone took a deposit from you and didn't show up and do the work. Maybe they did bad work. Maybe it's a contractor, a dentist, a doctor, an attorney. I think you get the point. It doesn't matter. This show is for you. 303-713-82...
I'll let him know.
Is a telephone number. We love exposing the bad guys.
You're going up.
We warn people, we educate people, and on top of that, we have recouped over $300 million in cash merchandise exchanges and refunds directly due, my friends, to this show and our list of experts.
All right, so
at
one of our
referralist.com.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. One of the things that we've been talking about is banking. I don't want to say the banking crisis because truly there's not a banking crisis. Of course, there could be one from perception. There could be one from angst. It's like buying toilet paper in a pandemic. No one was ever in danger of not wiping their ass, but they all went out and made a run on toilet paper. If you do that when it comes to banking, the country goes into a massive recession and possibly a depression because there isn't enough money at the FDIC to go around. It just simply isn't. Now, a lot of people say, what if I do Thomas Martino, Tom Martino, Thomas G. Martino? Will that be separate accounts in separate ownership? No. The answer is no. It must actually be separate ownership. So there are more people than you think that have sold homes and done things, and they have more than $250,000. Now, in a joint account, both owners are insured, but I want to talk to Alan Romero. He's with Case Wealth Management on a referral list at referralist.com. Alan, at Case Wealth Management, what do you do? Do you do much the same as a fiduciary financial advisor?
Yeah, Tom. Hey, thanks for having me on. Yeah, I'm an independent financial advisor. So I don't represent any individual company. I represent my clients. But yeah, I'm an independent financial advisor. Now, I'll tell you the reason I called in is I actually used to provide those services in a bank. So I have a little bit of experience working out of a bank.
Alan, if there is a joint account, I understand that both owners are separately insured for $250,000.
Correct. Yeah.
Now, what if there are three owners on the account?
Yeah. If there, I don't know how many banks actually allow that, but yeah, if there were three owners, that they would each be covered. So a married couple, really, Tom, is going to have, if they have a joint account and they each have their own, they're going to be covered up to $1 million. And I should add that it doesn't. That's not going to, it excludes a lot of people, right? There aren't a lot of folks who have $250,000 sitting in cash in their bank. But yeah, so there is a way with a single bank or institution for a married couple to have $1 million of coverage on their deposits.
Now, by the way, I want you to know something, that I do believe that while a lot of people don't have more than $250,000 or $1 million, I do believe people dream, people think about stuff, people are in a business right now earning, and they're looking forward to it, and I think we all need to know this anyway. But here's what I want to know. Mark, was that you wanting to ask?
Yeah. So I've got a question. How about, like, if someone works for, I don't know, Sears, and they have a 401k, not a pension fund, but like a 401k, or if they have a SEP with Ameritrade, how about these accounts? How are they handled? If Ameritrade goes broke, does every single person with an account in Ameritrade, they've got problems?
Great question, Mark. So they're going to be covered. Brokerage accounts and 401ks and that type of thing are covered under a different government agency. It's the Securities Investor Protection Corporation, and it's SIPC for short. Now, most brokerage accounts, retirement accounts, anything that can hold a security like a mutual fund or a stock is going to carry SIPC coverage. Now, in an account like that, you're going to have the same coverage on your cash, $250,000. However, SIPC will also cover the securities in the account up to $500,000. Well, $250,000. You get $500,000 total in SIPC coverage, $250,000 on your cash.
Well, but with the shares, I guess I get, let's say someone's holding, I don't know, $1 million.
Mark, they don't go away. Stocks do not go away. You own the stocks.
Yeah, but generally when you're buying the stuff, if you buy it today through Ameritrade, when do you literally own that stock? Let them answer that question. When do I own those shares?
Yeah, so everything is electronic. You guys would probably close. Well, I'm close to your age. You guys remember stock certificates, right? Typically, when you used to buy before we went digital, when you bought a stock, you actually held the stock certificate. Well, now everything is held electronically, but it's still a tangible asset. So if the Ameritrade or TD Ameritrade went under, you would still, just like Tom said, you still own that security.
Got it. And then on top of that, whatever's in that account would be the cash in that account would be up to $500,000.
But $250, you get $250, but you also get additional $250 for securities.
Okay.
And so a total of $500,000 of coverage in a brokerage account.
Man, I wonder if we've ever had a brokerage account go under. I'm sure we have.
I don't think many. I think more banks have failed than brokerage accounts.
Probably.
Now, here's the thing, Alan, here's the thing. Stocks and bonds are stocks and bonds. If you own them, you own them. If Ameritrade went out of business, the worst thing you'd have to do is somebody come in and pick up the platform. Not many people keep more than $250 in cash anyway when it comes to investment accounts. But, Alan, I'm going to ask you and these are curious questions as well as people who are dreaming and earning. What I want to know is, what do the very wealthy do? Do they frickin' have 100 LLCs? I mean, what do they do to shelter money?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, they do what's been suggested is they have multiple institutions where they hold assets.
Kevin O'Leary talked about that this morning. He actually took a lot of money out of, I forget what bank, and he actually diversified it into a bunch of different banks.
But can you own, Alan, under LLCs and corporations? Are they considered separate owners?
Yeah, you would. Those would come under the FDIC insurance coverage too. It's all about the bank. Right.
Alan, I'm asking about ownership, this very specific question. And if you don't know, that's great, too. I'll find someone. I want to know if I have a $250,000 account under my name, a $250,000 account under an LLC, a $250,000 account under an S Corp or a C Corp, are these different entities?
Yes, you get that coverage for each account.
So when do they not consider it? What about other accounts? If you had an IRA at a bank, is that a separate account?
Generally, IRAs would probably come under the SIPC at a bank. Well, let's see. Because in a bank, you can actually have an IRA with the actual bank or with their investment division. So it kind of depends. But if it's with the bank itself, then it's going to have FDIC coverage because they can't hold securities in the bank. For example, let's use a community bank, for example. If you open up an IRA with the community bank, and let's say you put your money into a CD in that IRA, you have FDIC coverage. However, if you're in that same bank and you open an IRA with their investment division, then that's going to come under SIPC coverage. Even though they may hold the same asset, they're just different entities when it comes to federal coverage.
Hey, what is your opinion, just a private opinion, on the bailout that happened basically for the FDIC by the feds? People that had way more than $250,000, hundreds of millions of dollars in deposits in the bank that went bad in California, or the banks. What's your thought on that? Doesn't that seem like they're federalizing the banking industry in general?
It's unusual what they did, and I think they did that just to avoid panic, because it's not typical to do that. FDIC wasn't created to bend the rules.
But don't you
like
think
that.
they set the precedent is where I'm getting? Like, if we have another bank fail in the next week, I don't care who it is, the assumption is going to be by anybody, and I think it's the assumption the feds and the president wanted to set, was that we are going to bail you out. Don't make a run for the bank. If it's over 250, we're still going to make you good. Don't you think that's where they're going with this?
I mean, it's possible if they have to, Mark. It won't sustain it. They can't sustain it.
That's the problem. Once again, that's what I'm getting to. I don't understand why they bailed this out, and they're trying to tell. The only thing that makes any sense to me is they're trying to make it to where people do not have a run on the banks.
Yeah, and that's really why they did it, because in my opinion, I don't think they see a lot of risk in that happening. And so they decided, well, we're just going to step out our comfort zone just a little, just to quell those fears, because they don't believe there's really anything to panic about. That's my opinion. But if they're wrong, right, and they can be, if they're wrong and many other banks start to fail too, then they're not going to be able to do that. And my guess is that if that happens, they're not.
And how about, let me ask you something else as far as the bond market goes. Do you remember a time in history where banks had this kind of money invested in the bond market and they were losing left and right?
Never. I've never seen that. Last year was a crazy year because, you know, bonds are typically what zigs when our stocks
Safe home.
Now, hold on, guys. Let's explain what we mean by that. Banks can either loan money out or buy bonds for investments, okay? They do certain multiples of deposits or they buy investments. Buying investments, bonds, we're giving a certain interest rate. So let's say when they bought a bond, Mark, they were paying 4%. Yet they only had to pay depositors and CDs and all that 1.5%, you know, whatever. So explain what happens when the bonds, when the market, I mean, the interest rate market goes up and you're with a fixed bond.
Yeah, bond prices and interest rates move in, or yields, I should say, move in opposite directions. And so when a bank is using because they collateralize a lot of their operations with treasury bonds.
Yep.
Right? And treasury bonds are considered risk-free investments, right? But they can lose value. And I think what happened, and Mark was alluding to this.
We got to take a break here soon.
Bonds didn't do what they were supposed to do, and they haven't ever really done that before. And so now you have all these banks who loaned out money based on the value of their bond portfolio, and now their bond portfolio has dropped. So where's the money going to come from?
So then what happens is they had to sell those bonds before the maturity date, and they lost money. And who I'm talking about right now is the one in California, what is it? I keep forgetting the name of it. Silicone. So what happened is when they sold those at a loss and reported this, in order to shore up with the Fed so they could still operate as a bank, they had to go out and try to raise money. When they tried to raise money, what happened? Well, the natural thing happened. People started panicking and pulling millions of dollars out, and next thing you know, the Feds had to step in and shut them down because they couldn't do anything.
We have to take a break on Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 888-heating.com. Call them for great deals right now on replacement furnace and air. You'll save over $1,000 plus get $1,200 in air quality equipment for indoor air quality, which is all the rage right now. That's 888-heating.com, 303-770-2776.
President of Buy and Build Kitchen and Bath. Not only do we have Denver's best deals on kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, and countertops, we now have them in stock. That's right, we just unloaded 2 full containers of ice white cabinets, literally thousands of them, all available for immediate purchase. You can save thousands and leave with...
All right, coming up 10 seconds, Tom, you're coming up next.
Go quick, but there are more on the way. Come see us at 560 South LaPan Street in Denver, just south of Alameda on LaPan. That's 560 South LaPan Street, or online at buyandbuild.net.
Harris Family Law, check out their webinars. It's free, unfettered access to any topic with family law they cover. They cover them live, and then they archive them for you to watch at your leisure. Find out more at harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. webinars. They are free with no obligation. And, of course, always call Harris Family Law for any of your family law issues, 303-515-5000. harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. Made in the Shade will get you window coverings at bargain prices. What do I mean by that? Well, they can save you money. Or you can go whole hog. They have budgets for everyone. And they have products for everyone. Shades, shutters, drapes, curtains, valances, whatever you need, hard goods, soft goods, all the latest styles. And they measure and estimate free. Then they follow up with installation. They order, of course, for you and then install with their in-house team. Everything guaranteed. One source for it all. 720-458-6566. Made in the Shade. You can find them at referralist.com. You can also find The Art of Granite at Referral List. You know, they charge cost, literally cost, on all of their granite, natural stone, all natural stone, and man-made materials. So those materials are at cost. Then they tear out and haul away free. They do the bathroom vanity free when you do the kitchen. And you can get a price on the phone for their wonderful fabrication and installation. TheArtOfGranite.com. Get your price right now from someone I know and trust for years and years. 303-386-5919. That's 303-386-5919. How much time do I have?
3 minutes.
I told you the only reason I remember yours.
I know. Other than Addie's, it's easy because it's Marijuana Day.
Oh, God. It's Hitler's birthday. It's, you name
Columbine.
it. Columbine shooting.
It's just 420. She's like, I have the best birthday on earth.
Or the worst.
Or the worst, not to Adeline.
Let's see here.
Deputy Gearhead. Is Tommy back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Tommy, are you done with Case Wealth, or were you going back to him? I've been on the phone like crazy.
I think we're probably done. It's just that, you know, you can only come up with so many titles for LLCs and shit before you have to. It's just too difficult.
And I have Deputy Gearhead on for an update. It's a Champ BMW update. Hey, Alan, thanks a million for all your time today. Okay, great. You call in anytime and you have a good rest of the day, man, okay? Thank you. Hey, Tom, I know I told you I have a new lemon law type attorney that I wanted to try using once or twice. I don't think I could get her on in time for dawn, but maybe you can start that call and then I can line something up, see what she sounds like.
For now, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see.
she does all kinds of car, auto law, dealership rip-offs.
Can Deputy Gearhead wait?
You mean till tomorrow or just
No,
a few minutes?
A few minutes.
Let me ask.
I mean, I'm going to
Gearhead,
take, in other words, can I take Don first?
Can Tom take we have one other call holding. Can he take that first, or do you need to get going? He's wondering if you can wait a few minutes. I think we can do it. I think we can do it now. So hang on a minute, okay? He's just going to take this other call first. So hang on. He might actually use you for it. It's a car call. So hang on. Listen in. Okay, he's fine, Tommy.
All right.
I'm not going to be able to pick up for a second, Tom, so act like I'm not here.
All right.
15 seconds.
Hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. 630 K-How, an iHeartRadio station.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so, Don, what's going on with you? Hello, Don. What's happening?
How are you doing?
Good, man. What can we do for you?
Well, back in for our one of our businesses, we bought a 2022 Ram 2500 ProMaster cargo van.
Okay.
In January, it started to have some problems.
Did you buy it new or used?
Bought it brand new at Castle Rock Dodge.
And it's a 2021.
2022.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2022. Okay.
It actually took about 6 months. They were back ordered, so it took about 6 months to get it. So I think we ordered it probably in January of last year.
And the Castle Rock Dodge.
At Castle Rock Dodge.
Yeah.
And the check engine lights and all the lights on the dash started blinking off and on.
When?
In December.
Yeah, okay.
December. And it had about maybe 8,000 miles on it at that time.
Yeah.
So we brought it up to Castle Rock Dodge, and they said they'd look at it. So I think we took it to them January 4th, and they said they needed to order some new part, and apparently Dodge has been having trouble with that part that controls all that. And they thought they'd have the van back to us by the end of January. January said the part was on back order. It would be there in February, middle of February. They said it should be there by the end of February.
Welcome to the new world, bro. Welcome to the new world.
February, they said March. They just called yesterday and said it possibly will be there in May. So we purchased we've got a bunch of older vehicles and stuff, and so we decided to purchase a brand new one for the business so we wouldn't have them breaking down in the shop.
How long has it been out of commission total?
Well, since January 4th.
God. So,
and it looks like it's not going to be, and they haven't even promised the May. They just said as the soonest they would have it would be in May. But again, they told us they would have it in January. They told us they would be in February. They told us it would be in March. And now they just said,
you know, what is considered unreasonable on this crap? These this is happening too much. What is considered reasonable?
I couldn't tell you. In my lifetime, reasonable was you took your car to the mechanic and he got it back to you the next day.
So, here's the deal. You're not going to get the part. You have a brand new vehicle. What do they propose? Will they give you a loaner?
Nothing, and really even a loaner. So we have a granite company. So even if they gave us a loaner of a van, it doesn't have the racks and everything.
Will they give you a 100% trade-in?
That I don't know. And they said that wasn't up to them, that we had to talk to Dodge. But they couldn't help with that.
Did you look for the part online? Is it truly out of stock that long?
I haven't, and I'm not even sure what part it is, but I believe so, just because they're saying that. So I don't know if it comes from China, but it's got chips.
Do you know, here we got to consider something else.
The whole thing.
We used to say to people, hey, that's the brakes, right? You're waiting for a part. But there's some other element we're forgetting. you're eating up warranty time right now. So let's say it's out of commission for 5 months. Your factory warranty is going to be 5 months shorter than it should be, in my opinion, because you're not using it. So shouldn't your warranty from the factory be extended 5 months at least?
Sure.
See, have you considered that issue? Most people run out of warranty from mileage, but would you run out before the time anyway, mileage-wise?
It wouldn't surprise me, but...
Like, what is your warranty on that out of the factory? 3 years, 36,000 or what?
No, I've got the thing right in front of me. It's 5 years, 60,000 miles.
Okay. Do you most likely get 60,000 before the 5 years?
Yes, for a vehicle like that. I mean, it goes out on deliveries every day.
So then that's not a factor. But I was going to say you're kind of eating up time. That the whole thing just sucks. I don't know what the answer is. We have to tackle this once and for all because this is happening to too many people. This is just happening to too many people. And go ahead.
So what is Colorado lemon law and federal lemon law?
The lemon law is, okay.
Don't they have a certain amount of
lemon
time?
law, no, listen. It's okay, yes. If you know what? Actually, you're right about that. There is the fourth time they have to fix it, or it's considered a lemon. That's called an affirmative evidence or defense. I don't even know if defense is the right word, but it's an affirmation, a legal affirmation, if you satisfy certain conditions. One is 4 times they get to fix something serious, or, and this is important, or you have loss of the vehicle during the warranty period of 30 days cumulatively. You've already met that. You can go for a lemon. You have lost use of that vehicle.
We got to take a break, Tom.
So really,
That's
Don,
what I was thinking. I mean, we're gonna have, it's gonna be more like 150 days.
Don,
if they get
you've already met the 30-day challenge. Then you could force them to do a buyout. How many miles on it? 8,000?
Yes.
You might want to look into that, man. Just start a lemon law action. That's what I would do. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael
Done with
Brown
him right
tomorrow
now.
morning at 6. 6 AHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
Some slow spots peppering the Denver metro roads and freeways for that 1 o'clock hour. North of downtown, I-25 northbound at 48th. We've got a crash in the right lane with stop and go back from Spear Boulevard. South from there, 6th Avenue eastbound, seeing some normal congestion on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Heading west, 6th Avenue westbound this time. Federal Road construction continues. Slow traffic back from I-25. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. It's a warm one out there today. Spring is truly getting closer with a high of 70 degrees this afternoon, overnight low of 28. Tomorrow, cooling right back down, scattered snow showers with a high of 36. The current temperature in Denver is 70 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Reset
10 seconds, Tom. You're next.
Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
You know, K&H is having their normal spring sale plus more, and I'll tell you why. If you buy Provia entry doors, Provia siding, or the beautiful replacement windows, K&H has a 30% off special for the month, but for Martino listeners, if you heard about it here, they're going to do an extra 10% for a total discount of 40%, that damn near half. Really, 40% off this month if you mention Martino. KHWindows.com to find out more. KHWindows.com, 303-471. Why am I having a brain fart? Anyway, I'll give it 421-7100. I'm sorry. 303-421-7100, KHWindows.com. Now, let's talk about septic systems. Again, I talk about this because you don't want to call regular plumbers or regular excavators. You want Boonstra Excavation. Now, they are an excavation company specializing in septic systems and all underground plumbing. So, what that means is if you have any part of a septic system, including the whole thing, that needs installation, replacement, repair, maintenance, Boonstra. SepticColorado.com. 970-278-6151. 20% off all products and services having to do with your septic. 970-278-6151. SepticColorado.com.
To 7, somewhere around there.
Oh my gosh!
But
yeah,
pretty much
Are you
gone
in the
during
Denver
the
Metro?
day. And then the other 2 days I'm off, so I mean, I'll
got a
be
pen?
home.
Great. It's Dan McKenzie. ZIE. McKenzie. And his phone number, Mackenzie Law Firm is, I'm going to give you his local number, his 303-578-2745. That's right, Claudia. It's very good. We have him on all the time. We recommend him all the time. We don't get complaints on him.
What's the kilowatt? What's that kilowatt price during peak?
You are most welcome. You call me anytime. Bye-bye.
So I'm either at 8.5 off, 20 on, or 10 cents all the time. 10 cents.
Must eavesdrop.
And with that, I don't know.
I'm not being nosy.
Yeah.
Okay, I think my...
Like that. But you can look. We have a website, SMC.com. You can
Yay.
register your account. And there's actually a comparison tool out there. So once you're there for a few months,
Work out.
you kind of compare, the two rates. Maybe the time of use
Do that gross yoga crap.
Oh, cool.
Not at home. These are like the little, some Russian girl who does these 10-minute, like, weighted arms, sculpting with band legs and butt kind of. So I'll do like a half hour in the morning after I run, and then I do, I can't do yoga at home. I gotta have a hot room. It's gotta be sweaty.
Yeah.
All that
make it a whole lot worse
music.
than it really is. Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, it's worse to begin with. Make it terrible.
Well, I'll be honest. Here's what I'm thinking.
Sure, yeah, no.
I wish you could just do auto bill by credit card, but my one credit card, I get 4% back. And then based upon what you just told me, I'm going to be cheaper using my credit card each month with my 4% back.
You're standing
than
there
using
doing
my
nothing,
checking.
but it hurts like hell. That's yoga.
So that's
Describe yoga in a sentence.
That would be the only reason. But so let's set it up on credit card. But send me that information, and if I want to change it, I will. So.
Help! Help!
Tree!
I'm pretty good at balance, so I can do that.
I got you.
But when it comes to,
Mark's like an expert at half pitches. You know what that is?
Oh, that's where you put the foot up.
Oh my God.
I love it.
He can put his leg over his head.
I can lay down. Oh,
yeah. He can lay there forever.
Yeah. Left side's a little hard, but the right side. I can just lay down and go sleep.
Sounds good.
All right, let's do this.
Nope.
Upward dog sometimes sucks.
I like doing chaturangas, with
push-ups. You mean push-ups.
Upward dog to downward dog.
Yeah, push-ups are great. Yeah.
They hurt like hell too.
Exactly.
Thanks.
I guess she didn't answer me.
All right, 15 seconds here, Tom.
Who's in the middle of a chemical abortion have the right to change her mind? Of course she should. But the Colorado Democrats say no. They're trying to block her access to the abortion reversal pill. Let's talk about how we can stand up for a woman's right to choose life.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So we gave a problem to Deputy Gearhead, and basically it had to do with Chomp. It was a guy named Alex. I'm looking for that problem. I want to find it. Deputy Gearhead, how long ago was that Alex problem?
I think it was about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. And what kind of vehicle was that, sir?
It's a BMW.
And what happened? Let's tell the story and what you found out.
Yeah, the short version is he went in, he had a problem with his the vehicle was not going, it was popping out of park, or not staying in gear and popping into park.
Is this the one with a computer module?
Yeah, that's the one.
It was replaced under warranty, but what would that have to do with the gear popping out?
Well, so it's part of the, it's controlled by part of the body control module is what they found.
Okay.
The problem is that the problem is most of the repair order looked okay. What didn't make sense to me was, we're just going to use round numbers for the sake of time, was $800 in labor to replace the body control module for diag and
oh, hold on. The warranty he said the warranty didn't cover reprogramming, according to Chomp.
Right, and what doesn't make sense though is if you just look at it as a whole of what the warranty would cover, he paid more out of pocket than he should have. This is what I understand. Chomp won't talk to me, but they charged almost $800 in labor to diagnose and replace the body control module. The book time to replace the body control module is almost 1 hour. It's 0.9, and the reprogramming of it is about 0.5.
So what did the warranty cover?
I don't know, because Chomp will not talk to me. I spoke with Kyle Richmond, that's the fixed ops director. He seemed pleasant enough, and then he wouldn't return my calls. Finally, I got a call back from Michael Coleman, that's the GM over there. He said, you're with media? I said, I'm with the Tom Martino show. He said, we don't discuss things with the media. And I said, okay. And I tried to ask him a question to clarify exactly what he meant, and he hung up on me. So that's where we're at.
You know what? It's really a shame because Chomp went to hell. They suck. They just suck. It's turned into a trash dealer. It really did. And anyone who goes to Chomp, you have rocks in your head. That's what I'm telling you right now. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Tom, I like to call them chumps.
Yeah, chump.
In relation to the previous caller with the Ram, I was the shop foreman. I was one of the shop foremans when it was Medved, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And if it's still the same parts guys over there, I know them personally. And if Suzanne wants to give me the previous caller's info on the vehicle, I can call and check on that part and see what's going on with it.
Yeah, I mean, the guy said, my God, what did he say? That it's totally, not ready for 5 full months.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but...
And this is a work van, but I think he has a lemon claim. Back to Alex and Chomp, or Schlock. I want to know if Schlock Chomp, which dealership was it?
BMW. Chomp BMW. Chomp BMW.
BMW. Where's that located?
I want to say Greenwood Village, but I could be wrong on that.
Hold on, I'll figure it out. Yeah. Chomp.
Highlands Ranch, Tom.
Highlands Ranch? Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That's probably because they are used to beating people up with a little bit of money, and they take it. Here's the deal. This guy's not being treated right. I mean, if this is weird. The warranty is covering this, yet he's charged $800, and it makes no sense. And these guys refuse to address it. And by the way, when they say they don't talk to the media, that's a bunch of crap, because here's why. What we're trying to do is help one of their customers. Why? Because their customer can't get information. This is not a news story. This is a story about a consumer will not talk to us. And they will not talk to him either, will they?
I didn't ask them. I'm happy to give the information to Alex so he can say, hey, this is what I understand. Can you help me understand this? I don't know if they're going to.
What did they tell him in the beginning? What were you when you were calling? What did they tell him?
I don't know. My understanding is that he picked up his car, paid the bill, and then looked at the repair order.
I would sue him. I would sue him in small claims court. We ought to maybe take him down that route because they're definitely locally owned. And someone told me the son took over again. He didn't have the same name as his mom, but they told me it was her son because Lisa Champ took over for her dad. And listen, this was a proud heritage that turned into a piece of garbage, a dealership. It's really a piece of garbage. It's too bad. It truly, truly is too bad. And this Champ, they basically say, oh, and by the way, they're saying is one price, one person, 1 hour. And but they should say, and one screw job. So one price, one person, 1 hour, one screw job in service. By the way, this is not the only time I've heard complaints about Champ's service. So they suck. And people, if you want to do a live review, be nice about it. But here's the way I look at it. Be nice about it and say, you know what? You spend a lot of money to, you serve a lot. You spend a lot of money to find out your reviews and to make good reviews. So we're going to give you a free review and tell them what you think of them. Here's the story without exaggeration. He had a computer covered under warranty. Under warranty. And they still charge him more than $800. Now, are you sure, Deputy Gearhead, it wasn't something else in addition to the computer?
He did have a battery and an oil change done, but the charge strictly for the computer module was almost.
We have to take a break.
Plus the price of the part, just for that.
All right, here's the number. Hold on. Here's the no. I'll give the number when we come back. Get your pens ready. Give Champ a live review. A live review. Be nice about it. It'll help them. It's a free service provided by the Tom Martino Show. Right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
Busy driving across the Denver Metro as we close out the 1 o'clock hour. I-25 northbound showing some jamming between Alameda and I-70. Speeds in the 20s and 30s. West of there, 6th Avenue eastbound still seeing some congestion on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Heading to the northeast end of town, I-270 westbound. Slowdowns continue between I-70 and Vasquez. Further east, I-70 eastbound. If you're heading to the airport, you will see some slower traffic between I-225 and Pena Boulevard. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there, highs pushing that 70-degree mark, overnight low of 28. Tomorrow, scattered snow showers rolling in with a high of only 38. The current temperature in Denver is 69 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Find everything.
All right, coming up next, Tom, we got 10 seconds.
Memoirs, mysteries, true crime, sci-fi, and more. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com.
My God, right now we want safe, secure investments, and right now you can get them in writing, guaranteed, from institutions in business more than 125 years without single failures. Listen, here's what you want. You want to contact Joe Chiano and his son, Certified Financial Advisors. They're having a webinar, a seminar, find out why you can trust them and the investments, guaranteed in writing. 303-779-6600 to find out more. March 28th, and another one on the on the next Saturday. To find out the dates and to register for the seminars, all you have to do is go to this website, becomethebanker.info, becomethebanker.info. Now let's talk about Sheridan Auto Tech. We just heard about the schlocks over at BMW, Schomp. You know what? Unless you absolutely have to go to a dealer, go to independent people who care, like Sheridan Auto Tech, for maintenance and repairs and electrical issues. Sheridan Auto Tech has honesty, integrity, knowledge, experience, value, and convenience. Everything you want in an auto repair shop. SheridanAutotech.com, 303-455-7242, 455-7242. And the best deals ever on water heaters. You won't do better. Just check EuroplumbingColorado.net, or take my word for it. You listen, $12.99 for a brand new water heater, 40 gallons, fully installed, the old one taken out and hauled away. Now, if you want a 50 gallons, just $13.99. This is EuroplumbingColorado.net. Deals, deals, deals from a great guy and a great company. And if you want other water heaters, he still has the lowest prices. EuroplumbingColorado.net. 303-668-6844. And by the way, speaking of plumbing, let's talk about bathrooms. Renew Home Innovations will get you a great bathroom at a great price, and they do showers, custom showers, in 1 or 2 days, sometimes 3 on the outside, and you have 72 months to pay with no interest, no bull, and half off labor. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Custom showers, not run-of-the-mill, not inserts. No maintenance, American standard. RenewHomeInnovations.com. 303-904-2000.
Hi.
To get it towed over to one of our shops. I don't know if you want to spend the money to do that, but I'm also happy. Okay, what area of town are you in? Yeah, the only thing, I think Kevin Colkin, I would call first, but Kevin Colkin with Sheridan Auto Tech. Let me give you that, and then Rob with Auto MDs, okay? All right, I'm going to pull those up. Hang on just a second.
Tom, it looks like coming back we'll have about 10 seconds.
Oh, you creep.
Sorry.
Hang on just a second.
I even made you some time.
Hey, you.
What?
You.
Okay.
I got to give out
You're the one that has to learn to follow a clock.
Hey. I resemble that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to get pissed.
You know what? It's just Mark's fault anyway.
That's exactly right. Is he there? God damn it, Mark.
Okay.
He's
let
on
me
the
start
phone,
with this. I'm
but
going to give you his phone number. You ready?
But it's always just better to just blame Mark.
303-758-0909. And then I'm also going to give you Sheridan Auto Tech's number. Call and ask for Kevin. Tell him Suzanne with Martino said to talk to him first about that. See if it's something they would look at. His phone number is 303. Oops, I might have typed that in wrong. 455-7242. But it's just looking a little weird to me, so hang on just a second. 303-455-7242. So ask for Kevin. He's the owner. He possibly does it. He may not. I don't know. And then I would also call Rob at Auto MDs. Now, as far as Norris is concerned, his wife would know better than me. He may not want to look at a dead vehicle. So I'm not going to shoot you in that direction anymore then. Worth buying. Okay, if those two don't work out, Karen, leave me a voicemail at 303-MARTINO, or I can give you my email if you want, and then I can dig in further with Norris if you'd like. Do you want to email me? Help. It's help@troubleshooter.com. So if one of those two don't pan out and you want me to explore further with Sheridan Auto Tech, just give us an email. Sounds good. Yeah, you are welcome. Have a nice day. So the show's over.
Yep. Yeah, he's got maybe about 10 seconds coming.
Yeah, mother.
Why? Again, it's Mark's fault.
No, it's Mark's fault.
See?
damn it. Is that 10 seconds to the actual out to the start of the music?
No, that's till we got to be out.
Oh, my God!
I know! Damn it, Mark! 10 seconds till you're back.
To us, Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
All right, I'm running out of time. Call Shop Service Department. Tell them you heard about them on the show. 720-776.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.
And stay
You tried.
At
You tried.
How.com.
Valiant effort.
Okay.
Radio app.
All right.
Shut up.
Buddy.
Bye.
Station.